It's not going to be a Liberia. We want to make sure that our international partners work with us for a public tender for company.
Was signed in 1847. 11 days son of people, we are known as First Republic, the Lone Star shining evermore. It's flying on the flag. Show your allegiance, show your loyalty to this nation, Liberia. If my people who are called by my name, we humble themselves and seek my face.
Oh yes, if my people who are called by my name will humble themselves, Liberia will rise again. What is about humility? How many of us know what it means to be humble?
Together, let's keep the peace.
Together, let's keep the peace.
We will build
peace, peace, peace. No more war, war, war. Arise, Liberia, arise. What a beautiful theme song that introduces and closes the program. It's called Bits and Pieces. On Voice of Liberia, 104.1 FM. Catch us in Maggie County. Catch us in Bon County. And the signals go as far as Nima County. Of the Southern County from Maggie County and Riverside County. This is Voice of Liberia. And the nation's heritage. Somebody was asking me, what about your long name you used to call on ERBC radio? I can't hear the name again. Sometime, you know. My name is Jala Greyfield. Or you call me Kalufagala. Meaning snake can laugh. Snake can laugh. Or you say mosquito poo. Have you seen mosquito poo before? Kalufagala means snake can laugh. Anytime a snake laughs, and it's about to bite. It bites when it laughs. Kalufagala. The other book called me Kian Barakbu. It means a drop of Kenya. Only wise men carry drop of Kenya on a sunny day or on a rainy day. If a child carries it, he gets blind. Because the water drains down in his eye, he gets blind. On a sunny day, he is also blind because the sun shines on it. You see steams coming from your eyes. Welcome to the show, Ruben S.W. Toba and Tobasi Christopher Wuloti Tobazi. The rest of the guys who have just joined us. This is the biggest show in the afternoon hours that starts at 2 o'clock. It ends at 5 o'clock. Bringing you happenings on Liberia. Digging deep into the sand of history. What are the issues on our menu this afternoon? Disrespecting the Supreme Court of Liberia. Managerial block of lawmakers headed by Richard Nangbe-Kun. Whole session in violation of the Supreme Court stay order on status quo ante. Play for pay. Where is the U.S. government this one? As incredible information coming to our desk say, the U.S. government is planning new sanctions on some officials of government, especially in the legislature. Play for pay. Even though the U.S. say we should respect the rule of law, they will not melt into our politics, but they are watching. Welcome to the show. Richard Nangbe-Kun, you know, he has warned 3 lawmakers. He has won 3 lawmakers. They want to go around the Capitol building. He alleges that these people were involved in hooliganism. That's how he referred to his colleagues, that they were involved in violence. I want to put in different words. He said Abu Bakr Kamara. Marvin Cole, the fire burning man. Edward Papi Flomo, never come around the Capitol building because you have shown that you are violent people. But are these guys living their own settled? Oh yes, they were not. Let me welcome Smith Melvin Eric, the chairman of the National Foot Soldiers of the CDC, journalist Benjamin S. Labla, Cyrus Joel Mangi calling his hair Colors Brigade. That's my younger brother, Cyrus Joel Mangi in the USA. Cyrus Joel Mangi. Emmanuel J. Molwa has joined me as well. Mabu Rogers has joined me. Rogers G.K. Lamadan, Henry Monarchy Bologon, watching from the Benafan area. While Rogers G.K. Lamadan is watching me from District 6. One man Thompson watching from Nickel Town. Prince Tony Jida watching from somewhere from the LEC area. Matilda Stevens.
Me, Pete, producer.
Matilda Stevens watching me from somewhere around her end. Mabu Rogers, welcome. Watching me from where? Good afternoon. I'm following you from a country that has two speakers in one government.
Showing allegiance, showing loyalty to this nation, Liberia.
And Tobasi, Uloti Tobasi, critics say Joe Boakai and the Unity Party are elitist and look down on working class and poor people of Liberia when we did not with the noise minimize wages and pay for the military, police officers, firefighters, doctors, nurses, etc. I will come and read your comments later.
The star is for Republic, the blue sea is for black people. We know Liberia is our home. The Declaration of Independence was signed in 1847.
Let me welcome Christian Segbe, follow me from the Capitol building, and Simeon Gleboga, Greatness Fokba, watching me from Marshall City. Mom Monica Margaret Vani, watching us from Patient Shop area. Elita Saki, watching from Kada City, Maggie County. Elita, welcome, man. Christian Segbe says, hi, veteran Jala Griffield. I'm following this fascinating show from the Capitol building. If my people who are called by my name humble themselves and see my face, our God will bless the land and prosper the work of their hands. Mr. Chester B. Shams. Good afternoon, people of Jala. I'm following you from Capitol Hill, Capitol building in the office of Abu Banamara. Where is the lawmaker? The erudite lawmaker. Pay Kuta. Follow me from somewhere in Liberia. James Gabriel, watching from Des Moines, Iowa, the USA. Why Edward Boakai has joined me from Dupero. Say your M. Ducle following in from Maggie County, where I am. Boyman Bro, Boyman T. Boa. Watching us from somewhere. He said the Lord will prevail. Maka G. Wallace, watching from Maryland County. Cleveland, Maryland County. Welcome, my brother. Miss you on EFBC Bombo Show, he said. Oh, yes. Roslyn Kamara. Roslyn Kamara says, good afternoon. I'm watching from Robert Sports City. Welcome. Christian Segba said, good afternoon. Veteran Jala Griffield. I'm following the conversation closely from Capitol Building office. Kessler G. Bala is watching me. Welcome to Voice of Liberia. William W. Wulu, my brother and friend, say he's watching from Caldwell City. While Ali Bokoyoko is joining me from the USA. Ali Bokayoko. It is just Franklin Lola. Good afternoon, Big Brother Jala. I'm following from Kakata City.
Me, Pete, producer.
Terry Woloti, watching from Keba. Chris Carlo, watching from somewhere around Monrovia. Prince Tony Jada, watching from somewhere around LEC. Adama Sony Washington from San Luis City, Nima County. I'm trying to talk to my guys from Radio Sound to relay this program. I'm saying conversation with them. If all goes well, to relay the program in San Luis. Randa Wallaba, Minnesota, welcome. Randa Wallaba, welcome from Minnesota. Divine Innocendo, my young brother and mentee for the National Identification Registry. Hi, is my auntie Daba Kiazulu. G. Shadrach Jr. II, Dwazon City, he welcomes me. James Ya, welcoming from Johnsonville. John Polo Dolo, watching from Charlotte, New York. That's John Polo Dolo. Grace Carla watching me from somewhere. Ruben Kane has joined me from Ghanansville. Ruben Kane, welcome. Mike Cooper has joined me. Aaron Dati Tilje has joined me. M. Kamara has joined me as well. Matilda Stevens says, watching from Desmond, USA. Matilda Stevens, welcome. You're always competing with your male counterpart. And that's good of you, Matilda. Oh, yes, we stay here on the topic. U.S. Ambassador Mark Turner calls for respect of the rule of law in Liberia. This is former President George Manning. George Opo Manek Begugbe Seko de Fogakron and Jirate Tanantapawia. Welcomes the U.S. Ambassador to his home. They call for peace. They respect the rule of law. Good news for Liberians. As the government of Liberia allocates $98 million to fund critical development infrastructures need of our country. Road sector is being targeted. $52.9 million allocated for roads in our country. Thanks to the government. It's a good news, man. They will address the issue of farm to market road and also address some of the issues of the bread and butter issues. We will have good roads. Produce have been brought from everywhere, Lofa County, Manbon County, Man Lofa County, Man Grand Yida County, Man Sando County, Man Grand Cape Mount, Man Bapolu. It's a good news for every Liberian. Welcome to the show. Protests overwhelmed Joseph Newman Parker's government. National Elections Commission employees, 3 weeks now, they are staging protests, calling for unpaid benefits and salaries. They call on the president to dismiss the head of neck. A former Liberian journalist. Here's the Election Commission. Beach and Waterways. Employees of the Beach and Waterways staged a protest at SKD. Police called in to disperse the crowd. Beat people on paid salaries again. So salary bonanza and other places. But the low income earners are not getting anything. The Traditional Council as well. Yesterday I listened to the news on True FM where they were indicating that in 11 months now or 10 months now, members of the Traditional Council of Liberia, where Chief Zanzakawa was, they not receive salaries for 10 months. They also planned another protest. Protest overwhelmed Joseph Newman Parker's government. Welcome to the show. I'm the nation's J, the biggest J in Liberia, the biggest J in the afternoon, the biggest J on the show. Welcome to it. It's the time. Showing your allegiance, showing loyalty. Liberian eminent intellectual. Hi, Jala, how are you? Elijah Toby, watching from Toko Farm. Emmanuel Imwaya Paulo, watching from Coffee Adro. Patrick Kennedy, the police officer, the EPS officer. He travels a lot. He's in New York City now. He watches me this afternoon. Patrick Kennedy, how are you? Augustine Covabian, watching from Popo Beach, NKT. Blackman Taylor watching me from somewhere. I'm watching you from a residence pipeline supermarket district number 3. Bonati remains a legitimate speaker of the House of Representatives. Jackson Matthews has joined me. Where are you joining from, Matthews? From Cyprus, something Cyprus is Justin Matthews. He said, where are we heading as a country? Jala, I'm watching from something Cyprus and following the preceding sense this morning at the Capitol building. However, the law is the law, and we must respect the Constitution of our country. He writes. Koso Alex, watching for 72nd Barracks. Christopher Benai, watching from Maggie County. Lovatos Woloti Wayne, watching from somewhere. Welcome to the show. You know, I will read your comments later. Just keep them coming in. And but you know what you do for me? Share the video. As you see them, there are others who want to follow the show, but they don't have the means. Sometimes they're busy. But once we got every viewer on Facebook has thousands of viewers too. So if every one of you who are here, if everyone who is here on this show, who is watching, just share one to another page, there are other Liberians who will follow. It gives a big audience and it informs and educates. Once it informs and educates, it is called infotaining. So listen, let me start with this. You know, I was looking in the newspapers, reaching out to Facebook, and I realized that the government of Liberia, under His Excellency Joseph Nyaman Boakai, has allocated $98 million to fund critical development needs of our country, interventions in roads and infrastructure. And amongst those infrastructure needs, they have allocated $52.9 million for roads. And what it would do, it would target rural roads, R-U-R-A-L, rural, meaning the people that are in the interior. Those roads that are going to Grand Jide, they want to go in Grand Crew, Maryland, to my Sanoye in Bon Country, to my Zewa Daba in Lofa, to my Bomi in other side. So all the roads will be targeted. 52.9 million. So we know it is there for the fiscal year 2025, but we'll be asking the questions. Where is the money that was allocated for the road work during the rainy season time? 22 million. I'm told 8.2 million has been used by the government. And if 8.2 million is being used by the government to do rehabilitation, where is the rest of that money? Will it be added to this one? I listened to the Finance Minister Gaffon when he appeared on my brother Clarence Jackson show. He said, yes, we say paying vendors, we say paying people who do the road work, and as I said, the money will not be at 8.2 million. Maybe it's going up small. But you need to educate and inform the Liberian people, because he told us that 22 million was being spent for the road. So if you're giving money for whatsoever, it's good. But the basis of my conversation on this one is that it gladdens my heart. It satisfies me that the government of Joseph Nyaman Boakai still sings a song that my guys have been talking about. It's a sing song that was, let me say welcome to my young nephew, Otelo Johnny Lo. He's there at the Central Bank of Liberia. Otelo Johnny Lo, welcome. So George Weah stressed the need of roads. He stressed the need. Let me say welcome to you, Mr. Otelo Johnny Lo, my young nephew. He's following me right now from Central Bank. He says to me, Uncle, I'm following you. Otelo just send me a text. If you are still following me, send me a text. I'm still on the radio. But again, this is important. George Weah stressed the issue of road. When he came to power, he did some significant work that addressed critical road needs in his country. As a matter of fact, the EFW road going to Rubberfield was initiated by the George Weah. And this government now has the law on its head to finish it, because the funding for that road was secured. And the funding for so many roads in the southeastern area were also secured by George Weah. So the only thing you can do now is to finish the roads. I don't know whether these allocations being made is for additional roads. If they're for additional roads, fine. But what makes me happy is that if the road from Totota going to Sanoye, going to Kelebe, going to Bondota, and passing going to Phoebe, in Bangabong County, if those roads are rehabilitated under this 52.9 million US dollars being allocated by the government, what it does for us, it takes our people from poverty. It doesn't mean putting food on their table. If my mother, my stepmom, or my auntie in Sanoye, my Kema, my Fita, they can bring their produce on Bonota and Paso Sanoye and bring the Totota on a one-day basis and bring it to Gobacho Field or to Ominga Market. What it does is that it has eased some of the bread in the face before in bringing that produce to Monrovia, because up to now, when they go and harvest their food, it stays where they get rotten. And so if these roads are pliable, what it does is that it addresses the issue of the bread and butter. You will not spend 10 days on the road before you come to Monrovia. But if you took 1 day to come to Monrovia and sell your produce at Gobacho or the Ominga Market on a 1 day basis and go back, you are reducing the cost you incurred before. So every government that comes and address these matters, whether it's a Georgia government, it's a Cummins government, or it's a Joseph Newman Boakai government, I'm happy that it's happening on their watch. So we must appreciate them. I'm not a pessimist. I'm an optimist. I believe in things happening. And anything that happens for this country, whether it's anybody government that has to do with the lives of the people being taken from one step to the other, I must appreciate it. So Augustin Bay Gafwan and the drafters of the budget, all one of you, I say thank you. We hope that this money being put in the budget will address these areas. These monies will not land in individuals' pockets. Already we know that GSC has done audits of some institutions here. GSC tells us that some of the guys who were audited from ministries and agencies, they were not responding to the audit request or audit information. We come to audit this place called Virtual Library, it's a government institution. We give you our information. We want your response to come to inform a decision to go further. But then they were not cooperating. So GAC, I think they did an audit and submitted to the president. The same way you are prosecuting officials of the government from weird time who you allege stole money and SYZ, like Samuel Toy and other people. There are people who didn't have appeared in audit reports here. If you start implementing those audit reports, Mr. Joseph Newman Boakai, based on what you see, and start prosecuting people and putting them in jail and making the rest of the money coming back, we'll know that you're a serious president. Unless you do that, Mr. President, there'll be doubts about your presidency. Right now, yes, we know you are prosecuting officials of the past government, but those who have been brought into corruption web here and who have been dismissed as well, please make sure that they account for what they have done. Their political sins they committed against this country must be paid for. Thank you for that. Let me go on Capitol Hill. I asked a question in my intro. What is happening on Capitol Hill? Let me welcome Mervyn Julu from Bernard Farm, Linda Morris watching from Fargo. Welcome, Linda Morris. Prince Tewon, welcome from Banga City. James S. Moluba, welcome from somewhere Tobo Village. James Allison, welcome from somewhere. He says, good afternoon, Mr. Griffith. This is so-called majority bloc need to respect the Liberian people and the Constitution as well as. All right. So Winifred Duet is watching me. Winifred G. Duet watching me from somewhere around PHP area. She says, I just hope Daniel Osana will appear this time. Thanks for the show. Yes, Daniel has assured me he'll be at 4 o'clock. I will come and give you my list of guests coming. G. Jefferson M. Colette has joined me. Good afternoon, Big Brother Jala. I'm watching from Penzo and Red Light. Journalist Washington B. Tape, a young intellectual man. Good afternoon, following from my living room. Welcome, Mr. Journalist Washington B. P. Tape. Welcome. Mervyn Tulu, A. Valley Kara. Welcome from somewhere in Gambia. Wow, Gambia, yes. A. Valley Kara, welcome. Lavatu Walati Wayne, watching from the United States of America. Walati Wayne, please inbox me. I need to talk to you as well. Christopher Bernard, watching me from McGibby County, welcome. Castle Ellis, I talked about you earlier. Welcome to every one of you following the show. Johnson sa Tengbe Nepola, watching from a little corner in Monrovia. Oh, Johnson sa Tengbe Nepola. He was there at Radio Diampilo in Foya when me and A.B. Williams visited that area before with Thomas Fala. Aliu Tikak Sisi. He says, it's been a while. Yes, yeah. Joyous Jimmy, welcome to the show. So today, in violation of or in disrespect to the Supreme Court stay order on further proceeding on issues and activities at the legislature, the managerial block of lawmakers, but let me just say to you, my guest at 3 o'clock is a civil society activist, a man who comes from the downtrodden movement, who established it. He was vocal in the weird time, vocal in the early time. He supported Joseph Newman Boakai. He will be here to examine the government. That's Mr. Alfred Goba Toba. Alfred Toba will be here at 3 to 4 o'clock. We'll put a spin on the governing process of our country. We'll look at so many issues. Then at 4 o'clock, Mr. Daniel Sando, Deputy Information Minister for Public Affairs, will be my guest. We'll look at so many issues. So, as the Supreme Court said, come before us on Wednesday and let's hear the petition or what has been filed by Fonade Kofa. Let's come together with the Dean of the Supreme Court, who is a Minister of Justice, a very erudite old man, an erudite professional, Oxford 12. I've followed him. I don't know him. I've not seen him before, but I've followed him on so many legal issues in the past. So he's a Dean of the Supreme Court, the Justice Minister. He will appear tomorrow to listen to the case filed by Fonati. But while they are waiting for this case tomorrow, the Supreme Court rule and say, go back to status quo ante, meaning go back and do, don't proceed. They say right there, and you go on a normal thing. But in contravention of what the Supreme Court has said, today, the majority block of lawmakers convene on Capitol Hill to have a section. Are they respecters of the law? What is going on in our country? We know there are 3 branches of government with equal powers, with distinct functions. And so, if matter arising from the court, from the lower house goes to the Supreme Court, and the Supreme Court makes a determination, the best thing to do is to respect the court's decision. Why does it take you to wait until tomorrow to listen to what we say? Either the case goes in your interest as majority black lawmakers, or it goes against you. But yet, he said, what the Supreme Court is saying to us, in other words, it doesn't make sense to us, so we're not listening to them. They say, I've been president before. It happened in Ellis Tyler case, it happened in Snow case, but this time it's for Nati. We don't respect the law. The U.S. Ambassador, Mark Turner, visited former President George Weah after he made some allegations against Joseph Boakai, is thinking attack on the government of supporting the removal of Mr. Kofa. And Weah spoke, and he brought back and reminded the government of what has happened in this country. The wars that took place in this country, the start of war in this country in 1985, which was the start of the coup. The coup introduced us in armed conflict. In fact, before the coup was the 1979 Red Riot. So the coup introduced the war, 1985 to 1989. So he reminisces these things in his church. So the U.S. ambassador went to see Mr. Weah, and they had a conversation. And one thing he said is to respect the rule of law. That's what the U.S. ambassador said. Meaning that he hopes that what is happening at the legislature should be done through the legal process and not in an unorthodox way. If it goes to the Supreme Court should make a determination that will be based on the rule of law, that everybody should respect the law. If the U.S. president, who is a vicegerent of the U.S. government, the U.S. president, Joe Biden, makes such a comment, it tells you that Uncle Sam is speaking, and those who are his subordinates should listen. So Uncle Sam has spoken. Respect the rule of law, which is good. If you have problem with the speaker, accord him the due process. So when the Supreme Court said, go back to status quo ante, it meant that they should go back in the chambers of the speaker and do legislative business in my own mind. If you have another interpretation when you call on the show, you can say that. It means that you are doing this thing, it is not legal. Now go back and do it legally based on your rules on Capitol Hill. Dissolution of committees. I saw James Collier in not session, but he was having meetings with central administration people. I wonder where your name, I mean, my name, Jala Griffey, where your name, my name, Segu Sharif, oh, my name, Kudu Sao, oh, my name, Mr. So they were introducing themselves. So then the guy who did the video said, James Collier has taken over. So what happens to Mervyn Cole? He was elected for 3 years. Until the speaker sees it unnecessary to have him there, he still remains, ways, means, what I got to say, rules and order. What becomes the biggest conflict is if you go there and start changing the rules that were set by you, the same lawmakers, that people who are elected on committees should be there 3 years. It behooves the speaker to remove you based on his own experience and say, no, you are set for 3 years, so someone else will come there. If the man feels like you stay there, he will leave you there. You come and start on doing things that were done by you, the same people. You were there. It was done. It was good. But now you're not there now because you don't support the speaker. You're going against him. All the things he did there, you are not. I don't know why Thomas Fowler was absent from the assembly today. I didn't see DJ Blue also. If you saw them there, please let me know. I'll know, but I think it's on our side. I heard people posting 37 now. It says we'll cover 37. I don't know who constitutes the 37. Or if it is the presence, or maybe Father didn't go there, so the fifth Father gone by the speaker side, I don't know. Or DJ Blue has gone by the speaker side, I don't know. But the thing is that you did things that were correct before. Or because you are dissatisfied, you go and undo them and proceeding way how you proceeding. Whether you proceeding wrong or not, I'm not a judge. The others will judge you based on that. After taking over a speaker, two speaker, Fonati and Nangbe, the man gave a caveat. He gives an instruction. He warned his colleagues. Abu Kamara, Marvin Cole, Color Green. The day I see you around the premises of this compound called the Capitol Building, it will not be easy on you. Oh, he had to war. He's one of his colleagues who were duly elected by the people. This was 15 is proud of Abu Kamara. And Color Green District, Edward Papi District is proud of him. There are people who elected them, constituents who elected them. Marvin called for Bon County. There are people who elected them. Any attempt by you to do the wrong thing against them, they will rise against you. And this will not be good for our country. Oh, you want your friends, so they play only for you. Who wants to see you? Because you're other rule, according to them. The other rule. Your man can't hear. So who effectuates your order? Will you tell the security at the gate that if Abu Kamar drives there, he shouldn't enter the compound, you will stop his car from coming inside, or Mervyn Cole or Edward Papi Flomo? How do you do that? You are calling for chaos, because if you stop them from coming, there are people who believe in them too will come and then jump there and make a row with it, which is not good for our country. There's a better time to sit and have these issues resolved. Yes, I think so. I think so. So, you know all the issues. I do know everything. So Rachel Kuhn has warned ever since, not today, not yesterday. he has warned that 3 lawmakers who were allegedly involved in gangsterism at a Capitol building should not go around the Capitol building. I didn't know whether it is plenary. I said it's because once they are there, it's plenary taking the decision. So let me come to this as an end. We have a conversation for 50 minutes. You know, this country is moving in a way that others are not satisfied. Yesterday, I was here when an old man called on the show. Honorable Marvin Cole, please let me take your call later. Let me just end on this issue. I'll call you or you call me back just after this conversation. I don't know whether that card they given by your man, you listen to it. Marvin Cole, the firebrand Marvin Cole. The man said he see your photo that camera, but he'll call it with I say that power source, Kuna power source or that wedding. Marvin Cole is man, he must go there. The man will wrestle either. They will send a security pull to the gate when they grab you. You put your 2 foot in the air and carry you in where they want to carry you. So this is what's happening. Yesterday and before, members of the employees at the National Elections Commission have expressed deep dissatisfaction about how the issue of the salaries are being handled by their boss. They've been calling for removal from the place. They said since the election, their benefits or the work they did during the election period, up to now, they are not being paid their salaries. They still should protest there yesterday. They were beating drum. They were singing gospel songs, singing. I saw one police officer there, but the brave police officer, the huge Gardner Prince, he went there and ordered them that nobody should beat drum here. So one woman came inside, said, and he said they shouldn't be drum, they're protesting. So why else did you do? And say, there shouldn't be drum here. It's an old man who came to engage him. I saw him on Facebook, I don't know his name. So they are agitating that their fees, not their fees, but their salaries are not being paid. But these are election workers who work in the sun and the rain, going to the trenches to count ballots or to ensure that things work better, that led to your election as President Honorable Joseph Boakai. If these people are complaining that their salaries are not being paid or their benefits during the campaign period, election period have not been paid, this should be a means of concern. If you turn a blind eye to it, means that it is insensitive to the highest degree. Yesterday, an old man called while I was on the radio. He talked about the beach and waterways workers that is on the Ministry of Youth and Sports headed by Ko Bangalu. They have not been paid for 10 months as well. They are gone there to ask the government to pay their salaries and honorariums. When they got there, and then maybe they seen, maybe they may have gotten involved in some hooliganism or whatsoever was, and the ministry called the police to come and disperse them. The old man called yesterday, said I was there. He was running, he got in a taxi. He called on the show and said, the police officer beat on an old lady who was running. The woman is already old, she's not even strong. You're using your hand to beat on her, she dropped. The woman started getting tested and ran away from there. The guys are saying 10 months too. I listened to True FM News yesterday. The National Traditional Council of Liberia is also complaining. They have not received salaries yet. But these are key sectors of our country. If these sectors are not prioritized, you are paying people every month. What about these other people? They are working. They deserve salaries. Oh yes, I listen to Gafuan. I praise in here. I praise the government. And he said by 2025, January, nobody will make less than 150. Yes, that's a good news. I praise the government for that. I took over 1 hour to talk about it. The police, you have insurance being covered 100%. That's a good news. But if you are taking these giant steps to address all of those issues, what about those who are working for the government who are not being paid? I think it's about time that the government looks into this matter. Right now, we have an issue of police officers from class 46 Over 300 police officers that were trained by the past government. They graduated in January. Since they graduated, that class 46 has not received cash giveaway, has not received any cent. The guys are working. They came here, the 300 came here. They didn't even know how not copy to pay that way. So Jeremiah, he said, we work from Brussels to come here. They came in Mufti. We are working, but yet we didn't get salary. Since January, the government paying us. Gary Coleman said they're going to give us some our money and they will pay us retroactively, but up to this time, they have not paid us. We don't have salary. Our names are not on payroll. But these are trained officers. You train them, you get a gun, they fire on shooting as well at the police academy. So if you're not paying them and they get this gun and leave the force, they go by in the communities and they said an idle mind is a devil's workshop. If they go and say no work to do, they start thinking about criminality. You know what can make the armed robbery thing to be very serious in this country is because if you don't prioritize the security, like the EPS, that you put almost 300 people down. Now you have 300 plus police officers that you train. They are working. You didn't pay them. These are issues that need to be addressed. These are issues that need to be addressed, Mr. President. You complain, yes. You criticize George. We are here every day. I say you and me. You vilify George. That everyone also working with government, we're being very careful because when you go sit down somewhere to drink one bottle of beer, the man see the poem feels up. Yeah. Well, I saw Gerald drinking beer. Who can drink beer? I saw Gerald drink Star. I can drink Star. Yeah. But we were drinking outside that time. We can have this someone who can drink Star. You have to have a picture put on Facebook. Yeah. But you see police officers now, officials right now. I saw a picture of Mo Ali. The deputy minister and the minister said, "Crap, my friend and brother probably on there. They were in the merry making, they're taking bath in the pool. The merry making, enjoying themselves. They can't rescue, but the rescue is they rescue themselves. Somebody posted a car, a vehicle bought by Mo Ali allegedly, a 2024, I think Prado or so, that he bought for his own use. So if that's true, what is the difference between him and Abu Muda? But that one is only investigated. How that came, what is a more or not. You have evidence for him authenticating me on the show. I'm not going to the detail of it because I don't have the facts. It was supposed about somebody. So if these officers are making salaries of the 15,000 at LTA and SOEs making 10,000, what about those people? One person's salary can pay all the people, people. $15,000 and you pay people 150, 150, you know, they can pay all the people small change, listen. You go to Ace, they made a call, and he said, money captain, the contract expiring. He makes a whooping $17,000 US dollars. I'm still LG. Now people, they men making money in 17,000, giving out money. You make only the government. Adding government, we are government, making it on to some government. They just saw it, they still for that. He bring one Ghana man, he can hire a man making $6,000. You selling in real market, you get that money to him. You can get $1 to buy all for the children, to buy food for them, to buy all the food and rest. But one man making 26,000 was not a library. You see how wicked people are in this country. If you came to rescue those things about we are in anything they were still there, come and remove them and make it better. But here people say we made it there, so we made it there, you continue it. You're not rescuing, you're killing the people. You are killing the people. Let me take some of the guys who join us, then I'll go and take Marvin Cole and open the phone lines for all to participate. Let me welcome these guys. Welcome a few other guys who join us. They are our valued listeners. Let me welcome Aliu. Aliu, joyous. Good afternoon, watching from Mamba Point. Watching live from California. Yes, my uncle there. Say on watching me from somewhere from Banazwe, Asata and Mila. Good afternoon, Mr. Greenfield. I'm watching from Red Light Market. Good to be on the show. Wow, Bawolo James is watching me from the USA. Bawolo James, welcome. Brabi Mba is watching me. Brabi Mba says, good afternoon, Mr. Greenfield. Watching live from Bujo Island, Monrovia. JFK must hold on and fight to the end because it's not about him, but for the rule of law and constitutional president. Saleh the dog's hands, supporting the majority, want everything to themselves, or one party rule for check and balance. Matthew Alaba and Tochie, good afternoon. Following flight from Kuwait, Market Douala. All right. David Newcomb watching from compound number 3. Usman Jallo watching from Newport Street. As Satan Miller said, these rebels calling themselves lawmakers, their end is coming very soon since they are becoming rebels in this country. The Liberian people will treat them like rebels. Anthony K. Imam Bukari Stephen. Good afternoon. You're willing to Washington Square and Moses Lucky, watching from Maggie Become Jimmy Jingo Jaku. Jimmy Jingo Jaku, watching me from Morovia Township. Oh, he said Moru Township, New Jersey. Wow. Jimmy Jingo Jaku. It's a tongue twister name, bro. Kamon Kamara. Sometimes it's about to happen to the country. John David Nakula Yakubo, it's watching me. From somewhere he says, Kamon Kamara, the government is far more than any government in the history of Liberia. Ismail watching from the area. Iba J. Walla watching from Jos, Nigeria. Musake Kamara Jr. watching from Capitol Hill. Atta Basel watching from Morovia City. Welcome. So Mavico now. I will take Mavico first, then I will go and take some calls for you, the Liberian people. Let me add the people lines now. On 07907. I will take a call for 15 minutes. Then the guy coming, Mr. Alfred Tupa, for Alfred Tupa. It was very happy to be here. Afterwards, the Deputy Minister of Information for Public Affairs. Mr. Mavico, welcome. How are you this afternoon?
Well, I'm very good, and I want to say thank you and good afternoon to you, Jala, and the entire citizenry of Liberia. It's a very great opportunity to be on your radio.
Where are you calling from, Mr. Mavico?
I am now at my residence. I just came from work. I've been licensed to borrow. I feel I guess I'll turn it into my house.
Now you said for work. Where is the capital or where?
I've been at my office since the past week at work, and I will continue to go to work.
So meaning that the target or the warning given by the second speaker, Mr. Langbe, did not hear any response. He said he don't want to see any of you around the building.
But you know, one thing, the first thing here is at the time that they announced their 50, they took the decision, even though I know they took the decision before they could even talk about they having 49 or 50 persons in their section. The first to categorically state here is a challenge with the at any time to arrest me. It will be okay for the bureau and the
You want to resist it? You resist it?
I will not resist it. The Liberian people, the people who believe in me. This is a man who wanted to come to this legislature. I came to the legislature with 19,500 votes. Then what? I don't know. I'm so angry this afternoon. That idiot in the so-called section.
You call him an idiot? He's a colleague. Okay, give me some credit.
Only idiot behaves the way he behaves.
Mr. Colleague, you got to say elected as speaker of the majority bloc.
Hey, look, Jala, let's be serious. For him to sit at that place to talk about I am being warned not to come to the Capitol grounds. I mean, he doesn't even know the law. That is a whole thing that we are treating. And I'm hoping this the president of Liberia is doing as the propensity to undermine the democracy and the peace of our country. Thank God, the very United States of America that we emulate in everything that we see, we said, look, let the political process in Liberia was there.
So meaning that judging from
he did not have the opportunity, he did not acquaint me, he did not say He's warning me not to come back. I will take him to Richard everywhere he goes. If he were to be serious to attack me, I will attack him.
Now, the majority bloc has suspended you.
And he thoughts when they attack my person, I will attack back.
Do you have security personnel attend with you? Because you have security people.
I do not have security. I have the people of Liberia. I can guarantee with the Nango 19,000 human beings put at me. He struggled to come to the legislature. He knows that. How do you sit somewhere that is illegal and talk about you suspended a credible image of integrity? We cannot go to the students organization to steal money for us, for the international community to be angry with such a man.
Who stole the Swedish people? Did I hear the Swedish people?
Oh man, when the player was there, I asked the record available. He went to Total at the time. He stole from there. And this kind of problem that they have done to sit down where he dared to try to talk about, I am wrong not to come on the radio. I went to the ground of
Can we be for some time?
Yes, I've always said if you witness or watch the movies about rules of engagement, when an individual commits violence, it is only the language of violence and understanding. We have exercised, we have tried to be tolerant, we have tried to be accommodating, but no one will pass on can run out of this country. The only thing is our blood will be spilled and people will respond.
All right. Let me ask the other question since you have responded to this card they're giving you or the warning, or goes a warning by the speaker from the majority side. Now, the Supreme Court says status quo ante, meaning you should return tomorrow. There should be a hearing. Going backward instead of going further. What do you view, what do you say about the assembly of these lawmakers today in section? Or in after the Supreme Court rule or one or assembly? Do you see that as a violation?
Sad day in our country. Some of the guys that were brought to that legislature as it relates to the sympathy and the law of the land and the law of the Supreme Court as a result of the Supreme Court action to uphold the rule of law. Brought some of them. But these are the people that grossly disrespecting the Supreme Court. Okay? So let me say to you, it is embarrassing. Nobody ever thought honor a decent human worker administration. The second arrow in his arrest agenda talk about the rule of law. And the old man is blatantly disrespecting the Constitution, disrespecting the rule of law. To even have to attest to it, to even talk about what's happening at the ground of the capital is a normal legislative practice. Look, this old man is our uncle, us who come from home country. I am hoping that President Joseph Imabaga, that we know before he looks so kind and looks so peaceful, he will consider the right things to be done. And I am hoping, this is a caveat before I leave, to our colleagues who are on the other side. If you think you will trample on our rights and will sit and hold our hands, use the tactics of terrorizing us, bringing trucks and trucks and hooligans to attack us, we will respond. We'll not run for nobody, no matter who you can be, including President Baka. That is the highest authority of the land. If we decide to use the police to attack us,
you stand the rest of us now for the legislature, Mr. Marvin Cole.
Hey, look, let me tell you, I do not care whether I'm a member of the legislature or not. The people of one country in Liberia voted me. I have not to anymore.
Okay. Thanks a lot, Mr. Marvin Cole. Marvin Cole, thanks a lot. I hope to get back to you at a later time, maybe today. Marvin Cole is uncounted district number 3 lawmaker. The other time I was listening to OKFM Fast Check, and someone raised the issue about Marvin Cole, and they were saying so he came third in the Republic when it was legislative votes. So he's the third person that came with the largest votes in the Republic, in the lower house. So it was a fact check they did, and I listened to it that day. And that number was, they said yes, what was stated by Marvin Cole about this. Call me now for a few minutes. 070-0907-977. Let's have a conversation, probably 10 minutes. Africa will come to join me in the conversation as I welcome Ismail Perry from J&J Business, Abel D. Waller, Washington, Nigeria, Yakuba Amakone, Ator Banson, Washington from Farm, Vinicius Bad Jr., Washington from Monserrado, Max Zicker, Washington from 72nd CDC Public Sources, Peter for Life, Washington Duper Road, Mike Dewey, Washington. Let's take this call. Hello, welcome.
Good afternoon to you, my friend. Good afternoon to you.
Good afternoon. Please go ahead. Go ahead.
My name is Sarah Johnson. I'm speaking from this room of 15 to this person from our new body.
Okay, you have 45 seconds.
The issue related to the situation over there is that I would say that the clear. You have to say what? As far as concerned as the president of the Republic of Liberia, are no rated number 2 to be the foreign people of the Republic of Liberia. All those legislators who are the preference of government to stop it, to not make a thing to be started. Liberia president as a representative for the Liberia constituent. If they will go in there and elect their people, and someone else come and say, yeah, but no government in their people is elect, and if let someone else, I think we should stop there in the people of glory for the where people to know that yes, because they want to get this. According now, the president of the Liberia is trying to get that they don't even know Dhaka. So Liberia expects those who are having to for the lower house.
Thank you. The next caller. Good evening. I'm told the Deputy Information Minister is already. Thank you. Go ahead.
Mr. Griffey, until the Supreme Court confirms the majority black legal, for me, I think they are not a legitimate group. And the speakership is not legitimate. I stand with the Marvin Court 1,000% on all that is taken. Thank you.
For that, thank you. This next call. Hello, welcome. You are live. You have 30 seconds.
Thank you, big power. NFTC, I'm joined from the Avenue School of Marvin Court. Let me say thank you this afternoon. Well, I would like to say I appreciate my point. I have nothing more to say. You have said it all. You know, looking for all we struggle to come to power. We all know that it was the help of the backup and the rest of the team that need to come back. Taking to the Laban people, telling them that all of the team having court for our administration, the most part ever in the legislative process. And Abu Bakr, number 15, he's talking about more. I mean, this is discussing to the Laban people. Let them do the right thing to the Laban people at the right time. Thank you so much.
All right, I'm told that Daniel Sano is in the building. He should be at 4 o'clock. And then I don't know how. And then with this communication, I've been here. Let me take 2 calls. After go back to 5 here, the activist who has been so critical of past government. He supported GM. Let's see. We'll have a conversation this afternoon. Welcome. Good afternoon. Welcome. All right. Let's hear you. That 2 speaker will get out. Okay. All right. Thank you. Thank you. Let me welcome welcome Thomas Clark. Good afternoon, inshallah. Let me use the library time to say we are getting okay. Welcome Thomas Clark. Lahai Pastor says it's Washington Nizo Abatina It's following me from Abatima. Welcome. Womin Thompson, following me from Captain. So let me take another call. Hello, welcome to the show. Good evening, sir. Welcome.
Thank you for all you are doing. My name is and I'm calling for the answer.
All right, sir. Welcome. Okay.
Yeah, my brother. My powerful man, Josiah, medical, I say it all. Those people, they are joking. If you go to see people today, in their true session, they are true front session. I swear that you will spend time for what people do. Right now, as you speak, there are serious classes in the global majority black group.
What kind of class is that? What is it that you say that?
No, but you didn't see you didn't see all of that the people already followed the school. They were telling him all the way. They were telling him, I know there is people that are saying, but I'm here. And I was doing our answer is we stand on the answer for the country being today.
Okay.
They people my budget now. So they meeting. That's why I make the changes the discussion to executive meeting because they didn't follow. I want to change the executive meeting. They were not having no problem with it.
All right. Thank you. Thank you so much. Let me welcome Awuluka Yure. Welcome. Welcome. Hello, welcome. Daniel Sanes. Welcome, sir. Welcome, my brother. Go ahead. Welcome. How are you?
Yes, I'm Thompson.
Mr. Thompson, welcome. Go ahead.
Yes, but why is Borough is unfair? I want lawmakers have to be able to live in control law.
Okay.
Now we are doing everything the Supreme Court come in. So I'm saying for everybody to do something and for the result, of the Supreme Court. Thank you very much. And I appreciate everybody. All make sure we do that and we will resolve. Thank you.
I will take a final call, then I get to yes. Hello, welcome. You the final call on this segment.
How you doing?
I'm okay, sir. What is it? Where you call from?
Thank you, William Wu.
William Wu, welcome.
Yeah, I'm the official spokesman for the Liberia movement.
Okay.
This man really move our district. This man are important people in this district to win. But again, what I want to say is that they're going to do well. So this is out and nothing is wrong. You have to do it last time they did it. So what can you pay the people? If you don't know what to do, but I'm going to the money, I think you're going to they say you make the money. And I think we're going to do your best to get the money. So let's start doing your thing. I'm going to have to put it up,
all right. We hope they can address that. Thanks so very kindly for that. Oh, thank you so much. So welcome to Miss Evelyn Brown from Chelsea. Everyone of you joining me live here. Real comments. I have two distinguished guests here. It's something good about it. I'll just we'll be consensus right here. And I'll open up two lines and we'll talk because one person is for 3 to 4 weeks after. Daniel is the deputy minister after 4, but they came on the same time. So we can run 1 hour 30 minutes. What do you think, gentlemen? Okay. I can't let it deputy minister. And so where's my guy? Please come and help me do this thing here to set up these microphones. So let me take a break.
The star is Liberia is home. The Declaration of Independence was signed in 1847. 11 of the people we are known as First Republic, the lost star shining in the world. It's like showing up to this love. I think people who are called on it, we humble themselves to see my faith. Our organization life in we rise again. Nations will come to your rising. I prophesy, kingdom will come to the light. Together, speak of truth. For singing that we will build our nation. Ever, life in all ever, ever, whatever,
Yes, welcome. And my guy will tell you the live feed. He will have you connected to that. But this is Voice of Liberia, one of one. Two distinguished personalities are here. One is the Deputy Minister for Foreign Affairs. He was first appointed Deputy Minister for Technical Services. Later, he got another green letter from His Excellency Joseph Yimambwaka. So the man got two green letters. In few months, they get two green letters. I think you imagine that.
1 minute, I think that was me.
Yeah, we do this speaker, man. We do this speaker. So welcome to the show. Voice of Liberia 104.1. We're here after Tuba is also here. He's the founder and chairman of the Land Trading Movement of Liberia. He's been advocating for a long time. I know from Ellen Johnson at the time. He was here advocating and bringing some public officials to go. I know the case in the central bank government where he was sued for 700 million. He survived that. Please welcome. So they are here. Welcome, Mr. Anderson. Welcome. Oh, please. So we have a camera with you. Gentlemen, please, I will get back to you. I'm saying, PM Tremendo, good afternoon, Heavenly J. I'm watching live from Providence, Rhode Island, the USA. Thanks for the program. Thanks for joining me. Of course, please, I have the discussion come on now. So after the discussion, I will have time to get it out of you. It's very serious discussion here. A deputy minister who speaks to the government of Liberia, Daniel Sando, is here. Welcome, Daniel. How are you?
Thank you, Jala. It's a pleasure to be back here on the Voice of Liberia. The last time I was here, I was hosted by your colleague, Sekou Sharif.
Okay.
And we had a very good conversation about our country, among other things. So it's good to be back here. I'm here. The last time I was here, I was here another portfolio. I'm back here as the deputy spokesperson of the Liberian government.
So you'll be in two portfolios?
I'm here in my capacity as the deputy spokesperson of the Liberian government.
But you say
The last time I came here, I was deputy for technical services.
Oh, okay. And I think the two green letters, say that I'm talking about.
The two green letters came as a result of our dedication to the work that we have to do at the Ministry of Information, and that work goes for us saying that the ministry was one of those entities of government that was highly challenged. We assumed responsibility there.
Okay.
So we had to do a lot of things, including renovation, reviving the government newspaper, the government website, and everything. So yes, it became for us to be recommended for the position of public affairs. The minister didn't hesitate, and the president didn't hold back. We are grateful for the preferment position that we intend to diligently, serve and then deliver information to our people. Because in the age of social media, a lot is involved on top of the tools as it's possible to collaborate government. Yes, so I'm happy to be here. I look forward to talking out of the issues with you. A lot of things happening. Maybe we can focus on the development that the government is going to take.
So you get yes.
I could just say to you.
Last time I hosted Alessandro in his capacity at the time, he was with the Unity Party, at OKFM. We had a conversation all the time.
Yes.
And posting today is capacity as a government official, as a private citizen. I say, Alpha Goba, welcome.
Thank you, Jala. I think it's my first time in the studio.
Oh, okay, welcome.
We left mainstream media for some time.
Yeah, you used to run the newspaper.
I still run a newspaper. It's called People Newspaper.
The People's Newspaper. It's still a newspaper.
Of course, we are online newspaper. We wanted to. Yes, I can tell you like.
Wow, I need to.
Yeah, I was saying our.
Because I review other people's online.
Yeah, so I would say our website. We're online. The digitalization of the media has shifted new dynamics. Going out in these when people are looking at hard copy. Right now, the phone is saying everywhere.
Yeah.
Before we used to break the news up for one day, go to the news, go to the office, you gotta get newsprint, get people to media out. It's a long process. But with the new media, internet is fast reaching everywhere. So I can see the online platform has been more proactive, disseminating information timely everywhere. So we are more focused. Yeah, that's why the people it's no more high copy, but we are.
Yeah, I know when you're running Thomas Kawala or
I have a lot of good guys.
So welcome to you, gentlemen. Where have you been? I've not seen you for some couple of time, maybe years. I told you are in the diaspora. I follow you on Facebook. I follow some of the radical writings about the past government. You came back after the what were you doing in the States?
No, people get confused, right? So I was here. More than I've been here. Just now, I've been commuting between here. Kids are out of the country. My wife is out of the country. So I'm mainly here. Who's been more active? The reason you were asking was too frequent because you were so I understand. Before we used to catch up, with the past administration, we used to be part of the same kind of.
But you were in this.
Oh, yeah. We chatted. We had to be tactical. You know what happened?
And welcome back to Minister. Mr. Minister, how is a ministry? You jetted down rolling. With lots of innovation, issue about people who were not going to work, payroll or what institution was, the payroll was bloated, and all of those things you started doing some work with the CSA, think of those names and all of those. Where are we now in terms of the structure of the Ministry of Information?
The Ministry of Information is doing absolutely well. The Minister, Honorable Jeremy Peter, has done extremely well. There were a lot of challenges. Those challenges range from the infrastructure to electricity, the physical state of the building, lack of logistical support and everything. So we try to take on the challenges. I've always said that leadership everywhere in the public sector, in the family, private sector is about taking on the the challenge. Took on the challenge. Gradually, we are winning. The ministry is now a better place. The governor address also speak for. We set the press briefing from one time, which is to be Thursday, to now Thursdays. The government run newspaper is on the news turn 3 times a week, Monday, Wednesday, Friday. I will make sure that I give you a copy. So we gotta tell government story. No, that is not true.
Oh, you're paying
No,
media.
government is contributing. I know that we inherit another debt from media. We can't shift the responsibility, so it's very key. Because the media economy is very, very small. So and government is the biggest gifter. Government has to show that she can make good on some of the debts so that the media pack and ball. So
Now go ahead, show you.
no, we also have a plan as come out here for a media roundtable with the president, Minister PI, and I'll just talk about that also. So yes, so the ministry is on course. We managed to supervise and direct government communication in a well-coordinated manner to avoid distortion and dissemination of information. We adapted the one government, one communication platform. And the president, His Excellency President Parker, has been very supportive of that initiative, encouraging officials of the government to speak to the ministry of information because in this age of digital dominance, every citizen over journalists.
Citizen journalism.
Yes, people make their own insinuations about things coming out of government. So it's just wise that we manage government information in a way that it has to be verified and well processed before it is put out to the public.
Okay.
So we succeeded in doing that, and that's why we see there's not a lot of
Not a spokespeople.
spokesperson of the government. There's not a lot of distraction in the way government communicates. People now look up to the information to communicate government information across the country, which is good for. Part of the challenge is to expand the scope of the ministry work and also impact on the regular outreach that the ministry is supposed to be doing as a way of getting to people in the legal counties, giving them sharing the developmental agenda of government and also political opinions as to how they see government initiatives because it is important. The views of the citizens. So we crafted a concept, government town hall. It's a reincarnation of the outreach that the Ministry of Information used to do. But we have logistical problems, which we are very certain will be addressed if the legislature acts on the draft budget that are currently before they can add on the draft budget. We are reaching out to private partners like the Internews, the UNDP, other well-meaning development partners across the country. So that because this is the way we want to, build and form citizenry, right? When the people have information at their disposal, it becomes difficult for fake news, misinformation, and disinformation to trade. Because people would tend to buy into this kind of misinformation when they are not hearing. So we want to, create a platform that people can come, the government can go to the people and talk to them directly. We do believe that will help a lot in terms of disseminating government information to the people. So that's what we're doing. So there are a lot of things that we're doing to help to build and inform citizenry and to also effectively disseminate government communication. But on the overall, the ministry is good because we have not allowed ourselves to be overwhelmed by the challenges that we inherited. We have stood up to those challenges, and to a greater extent, we are doing extremely well as far as the workings of the Ministry of Information is concerned.
All right, I will come to ask you later, but I want to have you on this arrest agenda. Prior to your coming, I was discussing about what I saw in the news about some money has been placed in the budget for the 9 point somewhat million for road.
Yeah.
And that also pictures the arrest agenda. Not many people would know what's about the arrest agenda. I want to sit back for these families. Give up a detailed information, about this whole arrest agenda. How do you intend to implement it? Road, infrastructure, and all part of it. I was elated. I saw 2.9 million
Yeah.
that go towards rural roads and SY. That helps to tell us that what was promised by the government, why it was in waiting, it's come to fruition.
Yeah.
How was it done?
So 5 minutes is not enough time to discuss.
We will go for it. You know,
but what I want to say is that the arrest agenda was basically a campaign vision of the United Party Alliance. We have won the election. The abridged version of the arrest agenda clearly talk about agriculture, roads, education, sanitation, tourism, the economy, everything is in cash. But what we are not doing, I think, is about the formulation of the national development plan. The arrest agenda is being transformed into a national development plan for the country for the next 5 years, right?
Okay.
Couldn't do so in the first year because we say we're setting up government to place. So that development plan will need that for the next 5 years. But even as that development plan is being formulated, we cannot lose sight of the fact that rural infrastructure remains a cardinal ingredient of the arrest agenda, right?
Mm-hmm.
The president wants to diversify the agricultural sector of the country. You cannot do that without rural connectivity. So the president places a lot of premium on rural, and that's why you see it is reflected in the allocation of the national budget. Now, when you look across the cities now, there are a lot of rural work that are ongoing. That is intended to at least alleviate some of the problems that people in the urban area face in terms of movement, right? As we get into the grass season, the Ministry of Public Works has commenced all the new work intended to address the viral problem. So in some instances, they will be removing asphalt and using concrete. In the case of the road between Johnson and Freeport, the soil test at that place, I'm told by the Ministry of Public Works, it's not friendly for asphalt. So what they're now doing is they are grading up the entire asphalt pavement. They're going to be using rigid concrete, cement.
When does that begin?
I mean, you're not going around. Yeah, so they're going to use rigid concrete on that road, even though the government of Liberia has already concluded negotiation with the construction, the modification of the road from the Gibraltar Bridge to across. But while that arrangement is being consummated, the road has to be possible for that to move.
And that is a government money, right?
So what you're not seeing over there is a government intervention, right? It's a government intervention, right? It continues up to
looking
across
down
the bridge, looking down road, all the places.
So meaning from the bridge here, you do that up to after Douala to the next bridge?
No, I'm not. I mean, yes, up to Douala, we're going to do it just to make it pliable, right? So when the contract is consummated, they're going to expand the road. See where you see we're looking. That's how that road going to be to go across. The government is currently engaging the Japanese counterpart for that negotiation. We are hoping that it turns out to be fruitful so that we can expand the road, right? More beyond that, the SKD Boulevard Road is also touched. Northville, New Georgia, all of these places. Yesterday, the president was in Sunday, the president was in Chicken Factory, and he's mandated the Minister of Public Works to ensure that the Chicken Factory Road is constructed. So the government places a lot of
road for the
Gulf connecting, and that road connects to the over there. So there's a lot of So yes, these are immediate intervention at the government. During the Banga to Minikoma road, they've also speed up work on that road. The Minister of Public Works were talking about the road from Tapita to Zweju the other days. All of these things are going to be done simultaneously. That's why you see the Minister of Public Works in the draft budget is very huge. Because, between you and myself, what do we do in this country? we need road, we need energy, right? If we can have these two things, they can go to expand the Liberian economy. So,
okay, we'll
for the start, that's what the government is doing. The Minister of Agriculture, the only arrest agenda, agriculture is a voice. The Minister of Agriculture, they already, along with the development partner, they have a national agriculture development plan. It's called Liberia Feed Yourself. So they will begin to roll out that plan so that we can begin to a greater percent or extent, grow what we can eat as a country. The other day we were in Bong in Magui, we're expecting lowland farm that the government is sponsoring through corporations and local farmers, which is good. It's a process. I mean, they got 50 hectares of land, 50 acres of land. They want to the old Buma feed. They want a very vast piece of land. You see people in the local farmers in the corporation. They're paying the rest. Want to grow the rest. The government will buy the rest from them. The middleman partnership is there. It will be produced and placed on the market. The same thing will be done with cassava, right? As they are producing the cassava in mass, the Minister of Agriculture is already moving.
Okay. I think that farming has not been pretty well. We will come back. There's lots to talk about.
Yeah, thank you.
How do you start this conversation? Because I want to start with the economy. I wanted to ask Mr. Sando about the economy. But let me put it to you this: how do you let us start? Because I know you supported the arrest agenda based on your posts I saw in the past and your support to the GMB government. How do you let us start with the economy? Where are we? Are you satisfied with the economy in the first year of the government administration? 11 months now. How do you compare the economy on Bwaka to that of George Weah in the first year?
The first thing, Jala, we have to be sincere in this discourse, right? It's easy to break down the structure with even $50 million. If the structure of around maybe 500,000. With $50 million, you can take less than 2 hours to analyze it to the floor.
Yeah.
Or that money in the bank in time. And more besides that, there's no way you can compare the George Weah first year of 11 to 12 months in power with the GMB 11 to 12 months in power. That would be insincere to this group because this may inherit our set from his own mouth. George Weah's own record. And Ellen left 80% or 90% okay.
Yeah.
So where did he live? Where did he leave it?
The United Party people.
I was speaking to that.
Yeah, you were speaking to that.
I want to hear if you press any
no, but yeah, I'm not from GMB.
Oh, so
I mean, I've heard from a number of occasions from the Minister of Information, or Minister that this country just be where the past government left. I mean, everything here, the government has challenges when it comes to infrastructure, education, talk about the economy, talk about unemployment. I mean, everything. So I wouldn't want to be both government on the same kind of stuff because it's like leaving somebody with and leaving somebody with nothing. I'll be disingenuous to the discourse. But let me say from the independent perspective, I think the government is slow as it relates to tackling most of the numerous challenges. One of the reasons we went to war in the 80s was not because of infrastructure challenges. During the 80s, I know some of us were very young. I was privileged to be born in the early 70s. I know you were born in 80s. Because you might be here, I don't know. So we saw.
I was born in 70s.
Yeah, I know, late 70s, 79, and I'm we saw infrastructure on the rise. I mean, we saw people have access to electricity, pipe-borne water, everything was okay. But when the rights of people at its different charge, that's when you hear all of these complaints. People try to talk about. I know the Unity Party government is fighting in every way to be able to straighten our country economy, create job opportunity for people. But one of the key disappointment about this government from my side It's about the issue of tackling corruption and holding people accountable. People who are mass mafia overnight are parading the street to be free agents. Look at what happened in our Samuel, the Prime Minister of your government.
Liberia's former minister.
Yeah, Samuel 12, look at the letter of I mean, point out to almost all the former government features who we investigated. They were in, major corruption related cases. Where are they today? And one of the reasons is when the people were running and voting for the party, they believed that JM comes with a transparency background. And they felt that it was time that all of those who believed were accountable. Because that would serve as a deterrent for future occurrences. That people will not sit down in the corner and say, if I steal money today, something will happen tomorrow. One thing that the election did for us, this election has dispelled the issue about the power of incumbency. What people can say, oh no, in our country, once the man are president, one thing this election also did for us, it also dispelled the issue of money, about people having money and winning. CDC had money over money. What happened? You saw what happened.
And you know the party had less money.
The party had less
with
money.
all the support you have on that.
No, listen. How much money you get from the diaspora as compared to people? Look at the reports around here. Go look at the central bank audit. Go look at the central bank audit. Go look at the FIU. Look at ministries and agencies that they were taking. Look at the NSA, the police. You know how many millions of dollars passed through those? Especially look at the timing during the election period between October and November. I can tell you over $70 billion came up. The people are walking to the central bank, cashing checks in bags.
Now you have them. Some of them will have been impacted already.
That's what we said. No. That's why I come from my side. I say, look, the government needs to example. Let the confidence that the people build because the people believe that this president came to power with a mantle of transparency. People believe.
Now let me hold you there. The same government, GAC has come with some reports that there are some officials in the government who have been linked to corruption. They've asked them, GAC has done some audit. They are asking them for responses. They're not responding. I would not be specific to the name, but that's the general.
No, but all of the other reports is for the past administration. Some people
that the GAC is doing some audit.
So there are one or two instances where some members of the current administration, one or two, are mentioned in the GAC report. But you see, most of the audit that the GAC has conducted, it's not basically financial audit, right?
What are they?
Some of these audits are system audits, right? They point out administrative defaults, right? For example, if your internal controller is supposed to approve something before you go to procurement, you didn't do it. So yes, the audit report will say you are at fault. Well, is that a basis for prosecution? We have to ask ourselves.
Isn't that the basis of prosecution?
If you are a prosecutor, will you?
Isn't that a basis of prosecution?
Get my point. So they say Jara Gregory at Force of Liberia, right?
Mm-hmm.
He spent money without the approval of the internal controller or the purchase new serious. The auditor can see this, right?
Mm-hmm.
But it didn't go through the internal controller as it's supposed to for him to approve it.
Yeah.
Right?
So what that's supposed to mean?
So the first thing, corruption doesn't spell it.
No, let me
So if Daniel Sano as a deputy minister is there, or he's a minister of information, now he's going to approve a spending of sending money to buy maybe vehicles for the ministry, and he went ahead unilaterally purchased the vehicles without the input of the internal auditors or even the controller. How do we see that? Not the even if he purchases those machines.
So the point let me get now all this application of corruption. So you can take for example, let's look at the Ministry of Information. In this budget year, right? There was 50,000 budgeted for purchase of stationaries. And let's say the minister saw it needed or needful that since they have stationary period needed electronic gadgets, all right? Then the minister took the money from stationery and bought electronic gadgets. The auditors go there and see them. But the budget said, in those kind of cases, you're holding for administrative reason, you cannot prosecute them for corruption. So that's the point I'm making, Jara. So there are one or two cases where current officials of the government are formed in that kind of situation, right? Are we trying to rationalize for them? No. I'm not trying to put any defense for them. But what I'm saying is that I want to agree with Alfred. I want to agree with Alfred in part that the expectation of our people is that the previous government that was ousted and we were voted in, that government was inherently corrupt, and the Liberian people want people to be held accountable. People to be held accountable. That's the message that was sent to us during the election. And we cannot downplay that.
And do you think if you were saying that government was corrupt in the past, do you think your government would do some of the type of corruption in this country? And those people not happening to our left?
The first reason why you should believe that this government would not condone corruption, because heads are already rolling.
Yeah, I must appreciate that, because the L2RC
heads are rolling.
As for dismay,
so the Liberian people would not they will only hold the president accountable if the president become an accomplice in the other corruption.
Now,
but if, for example, the president appoints Daniel Sano to Nika, and Daniel Sano is caught up in the other corruption, the president immediately displaces him or suspends him and change him over to LCC. The people will be.
So what has happened to the L2RC, the guys who were
what's up with the LTA?
Are they LTA? I'll come to the LTA. Yeah. So now for the L2RC, you dismissed. Have they been turned over for prosecution?
Of course.
Okay. Now after
so they've been turned over for prosecution, right? So
will the report come out to as soon as possible? When?
I do not want to circumvent the work of the LCC. What I can say to you is that they have been turned over to the LCC and they've been encouraged by the executive to comply to the 4 years with the investigation, right? Because the president has zero tolerance for corruption. Okay, we have heard that there's something in the LCC report, the audit report, that also involve the current acting chairman, the acting board, right? No, but there's a GSP audit report. GSP audit. Yeah, there's a GSP audit report on the LTA. The president is aware because the has scalping.
Okay.
Now, there is GSP audit report on the Liberia Telecommunication Authority that holds the present chairman of the LTA, Abdullah Kamara, people for mass out of corruption with the past on Edwina Zaka, where one of also there's a project under the LTA called the Universal Access Fund, where over almost $2 million were paid to Abdullah Kamara through his school that called there's a vocational school in Congo. Yeah, I know. Bit left or bit. So the GSC audit report is sitting at what almost $2 million were paid with all competitive bidding, and they could not show any trace or any training of anyone.
Yeah. So if that's the case, so if that's the case, and it goes to the two of you, it says at the LT, and then we've not heard anything about prosecution or maybe bringing up the ball.
I was leading somewhere.
Let me give the time.
I was leading somewhere. So I said I agree with Alfred part on the issue of the prosecution, right? Because the Liberian people these are people who have been victimized by acts of corruption. There's no reason why any government that is elected by these people should in a way condone acts of corruption in the public sector. We have zero tolerance for corruption. So, but we also have the prosecutions of process. He did mention the former finance minister, right?
Mm-hmm.
The crimes that Twe and Co are accused of committing are bearable under Liberian laws, right?
Of course.
Everything we do here, we try as much as possible to respect the code, the rule of law. Because without the rule of law, every sitting and expressing our view. Support in their own level of thing. But they have to protect our right and respect our right to say one thing, right? Okay, so if the court say The bone carried there is a valid bone, and they have reason to believe that the bone is valid and releasing. The executive cannot say you got to put him in jail. Of course, I have been engaged by some friends. They say, "Oh, the mayor, all the corruption cases we're accused of, they make him be to the play enjoying himself." I say, but prosecution is a process. We can't be arbitrable, right? Equally so. We have to double. We have to double up because there's no time. Some of the offenses are protected by what you call statute of limitation. In the next 3-4 years, you cannot prosecute anybody. Right? People based on the time. Very good. So that's why we have to be on top of our game. And then, I mean, we have gotten the assurance that the reason why the government will not just issue indictment randomly because there has to be prima facie evidence. Like you see the case with Summertware and the other people, you go to any court around the world, they cannot win that case. They cannot win the case. They can't win that case.
So you are saying now, as a deputy minister,
I'm saying
all the prima facie
we have
and they can be free.
We have prima facie evidence. One, because the bank transaction records are there. It was like they opened the faucet and were just sucking the money out, right? In one day time, people withdrew 5 million, right? Not 5 or 50 million, 50 million.
No, they took 5 million.
Yes, they were just like taking it one after the other. And guess what? They violated the National Security Act by what? By elevating the RAA, the Internal Audit Agency, the FIU, right? They violated the National Security Act by elevating the FIU to the Joint Security Team of the country, right? The law passed by the legislature. Somebody said that, look, presidential directive, go and do this. So they did it. Now, the next thing they did was channel that money to the audit agency. And what happened next? That money cannot be accounted for.
Now,
okay, so the pieces of evidence in that case, the pieces of evidence in that case are so glaring, like crystal. You can see through it. Okay, so that's why the government pushed it. The next thing I want to say, though, I'm coming. The next thing I want to add here before we come to Africa is that not too many persons know that the desire of the president to have former officials of government who hands are caught in the cookies jar account for their action. The president desires some courage, but here we are. The president set up a presidential task force, right? Asset retrieval. What did the people from the past government do?
That one of my biggest disappointments.
What did people from the past government do? They went to the court, and today, for the last 10 to 11 months, they got the case languishing in the Supreme Court. The Supreme Court has failed, sometimes deliberately or not deliberately. I can say that, but they are here
to listen to the case.
No, they are here to determine the case. So that whole thing about asset recovery thing, they cannot.
What that's supposed to mean? That the Supreme Court has been compromised?
I can't. None of my business to say that one day. None of what I'm saying. I'm saying to you that people who feel that they would have been targeted by the asset recovery went to the court and say,
but Daniel, the law is law.
I'm coming. So if we agree that the law is a law, then again we can say the government is not moving because all of these things that should have been done have been achieved through the asset recovery. When you speak to Councillor Edwin Kamadu, he tells you that we have a dossier. We cannot take a step because the court said we can move. So in effect, people who are suspect of alleged acts of corruption are using the court to stifle the fight against corruption. Because whether you like it or not, one of the downsides of the judicial process is that it takes a lot of time. Here we are now, within 1 year, the asset recovery cannot move a nail. Why? Because the court say you got prohibition.
Yeah. So
on that score, you don't blame the president.
So we need to give the Supreme Court the time to breathe.
So why we giving the Supreme Court the time to breathe? I'm saying that because not too many people know about it.
Okay.
Yeah.
So let's graduate for now. You talk about former officials of the government. Yeah. Now, I just want to say this where one of my listeners or one of my followers is saying, in Klein with Amin Muda, he says, Toti Sosa, he said, why did Amin Muda resign? But he's still a covenant of the president and is still stay close to the president on functions. Now, Amin Muda resigned. His name came in conflict with some corruption stuff of buying 98,000 vehicles.
Yeah.
It was in the media here and there. It was linked to the Jabba Jala situation, to ARASYC. Now he resigned amidst all the corruption report against him. Now we're not heard about prosecution. He's saying what the LACs or whatsoever. He stayed in the company of the president.
So what is the case to the other part of the question, right? I think, like I said, what we should hold the president accountable for is when he becomes an accomplice in the other corruption.
Now, so those who are accused of corruption around the president, we not heard anything about his prosecution.
I'm coming. When you say around the president, what do you mean? What I do know is that Amin Muda came into conflict with the president's zero tolerance on waste in government. What Amin Muda did was no act of corruption. It was an error of judgment to buy a car according to 6,000 in the country de Liberia. The first thing here is a violation of the law, right? Government not supposed to buy a car more than 50,000, right? Very good. So you bought a car. Is that corruption? Is that corruption? It is.
What do you think?
It is an error of judgment. So what the president did,
error of judgment is not punishable under the law.
Well, he already been punished now. How you
no, he was under his he resigned because
it's two ways. No, I'm coming. He was not asked to resign. So if Jala Griffin, president of the country, if Jala Griffin gets the information that and that's not many ways.
But guilt could be the cause of resignation.
What?
A guilt could be cause of resignation.
Look, resignation is a personal choice, right?
Of course.
Yeah, so I cannot tell you why he resigned before the president acted. Apparently, he heard the news that the president can dismiss you. You don't want to be dismissed because it's a bad record for you, right? So what do? You strike.
How will he? Always the president will not know it. But let me hear. You be quiet on some of these matters.
No, what do you mean? We spoke out. I want to do.
I didn't see the verifier burn a robust man called Africa that I saw. Is it because you supported the government?
No, I don't know to say I supported Jesus Human Boy, all right? With no string attached, no interest in any political position because I believe we needed to sing the state. The state was in the country was going in trash pain. You saw a lot of things happen here. I'm going to disappoint in the whole Amin Muda situation was Amin Muda who is also on the place free. I mean, I believe that there was partiality in the fight against waste and abuse. I know the president.
So you the
money in question came from the NRA, all right? And Jala should be well versed to understand that it's a fleet management policy that says government has a ceiling. A certain country cannot buy, car above it. But he provided the money. And the particular money he provided should not have been used for the purchase of the municipal personal car because I know I saw the request for Amin Muda for car purchase to ask specific questions. But he gave the money to Muda. Amin Muda took the money and bought the luxurious car, all right, riding in the face of all the extreme poverty that people go into. And then there was sometimes news around that Double Jala was Jala sitting at the LRA, still drinking juice, all right? Amin Muda was pressured. He didn't resign independently. I know he was pressured. Some of us who wrote a lot of stories on the particular medtech situation. Medtech money, all the government remittances that come from medtech are then used for the enhancement of the operation of the Ministry of Commerce or that of the LRA. But that money was not used for that. So, in a particular instance, Double Jala became the accomplice to the crime.
So he should be dismissed.
Of course. It's just about corruption. He should be dismissed. That's where some of us, our disappointment comes from. I supported this.
Do you think the president is protecting Double Jala?
No. Listen, I believe that there are external forces behind all of this. And I think the president needs to wake up and act proactively. Because mind you, I told all of my friends in government, I said, this year you can walk away with excuses. I will sit down on the radio and say, oh yeah, 1 year or that time. But next year, let us spend brother here, Daniel Sanders to come to the studio and be talking about inherited assistant. No, so our work there, we all the situation in the country, we know it's not going to be magic, or we're all hands from deck. Is we start moving for some of that. And that's the reason why we want to criticize the government, get transfer the efforts in the dustbin compared to past administration who cry, don't want to cry. You're on your own. But today, people are being held accountable for their action. It tells you that little, the president will take a bigger step. Right? We need a bigger step in the fight against corruption. The economy needs to pick up. We need to attract more foreign direct investment. That's where our whole disappointment with everything that's happening at the capital comes from.
Okay.
What kind of message are we sending to our international partners, especially as the self-start joint people?
I was just going to go there, but first 3 minutes will get to the issue at the legislature. But let me go back to Daniel Sanders. The issue of corruption is something, that everyone knows that has impeded the growth of this country. We're moving at a space where we be suspended, dismissed by the government, the president as well. But we are at a point where people say things that the government is moving very slow in hiding some of these matters. So you go on this now, but you still saying give us some more time.
No, so
how many times do we go to settle on some of these matters?
So this thing has to be done jointly, put together as a country. You people in the media, the LCC announced that they were investigating Senator Nafaya Makede the other day, right? You need to call the LCC chairperson, Councilor Alexandra Zou, and ask her how far they are with that investigation, right? Because among all of the ex-government officials, Nafaya Makede is one of the persons who should really be investigated.
Why you think
the audit report of the Ministry of State, the audit report of the Ministry of State is very damaging.
But Makede himself the LCC before.
No, if the LCC wants to Daniel Sanders goes to LCC, it's one day event. So the investigation is a process.
Yeah, it's a process.
So I'm saying
why is the LCC waiting for the inviting for the
So I'm saying to you, I'm from the government. As government spokesperson, I will have to, as I leave this, I will have to contact Councilor Zou to get the status report on the investigation against Senator McGill, the folks from the LRRC, what the other people, all the investigation the president had commissioned from LCC or ask LCC to consult, they have to give us the public. You have to tell the public, look, yes, have fun with that investigation, and when
just follow that too.
Okay, Dokar.
Okay, you were also making mention of that.
So you see, everything must be put at the feet of the president. I agree, he's the head of government, right? But there are appendices that have to do the work. So we have to find out from the LCC how far the investigation will Mr. Makede is. Because he went to the court for the court to protect him, everything at the Ministry of State was escorted by the president, because once the president gets immediately automatically extend to him. He went into his own case before they say he go to LCC. So we want to know how far they are with the investigation. Now, it is important for the public to know, because that's how they will know whether the government is still the corruption.
But there's some people on the outside who see corruption walking broad line, like that was the one said on Broad Street, no one to arrest it. Alfred, for example, talk about NOCA and talk about the National Port Authority. And then a pre-script comes out from the WASH Commission and give document to the LCC about rampant corruption at the WASH Commission on the head of that institution. Now he says to all the media that since he gave the information to the LCC, he has not been called since. So he's still waiting because nobody picks his call. I think it's really simple to happen.
Yeah, I mean, I was told by the LCC chairman Zou that they are overwhelmed right now.
Overwhelmed.
So a lot of corruption cases and the best stable financially. She said there was the first time they all received an allotment from government to start moving so the public can act proactively, because corruption now in the government is working gradually. I can tell you places where there are corruption in broad daylight. I mean, at the MPA, we are getting information that the present managing director, Sekou Duki, has paid his personal friend $1 $1 million. It's an automated system contract for building something biometric system.
So all of those things are your fault.
Of course, it's at the LCC, at the National Oil Company of Liberia, the head pay another bogus money. We provided all of the documents a few days ago. We wrote the LSC with cash captains who were waiting for the outside working with the LSC so we can know on the status. Because some of the cases that easy to investigate all the records.
All right.
If you know this president came to power on the mantle of transparency, he wouldn't come on here in a bit and stealing from the poor like the legs of Russell, the swap people, then at the bar, ingredient apple, Abdullah Kamara, they're all rogues, they're culpable.
Okay, you don't have five. You file complaint and they even say they are rogues. Only the code say they are rogues. So play this start giveaway here on Voice of Liberia star 799 hash and select number 8 to 100 Liberian dollars. You get $3,000. Keep playing it. At the end of the show, the guys will do the draw. Star 799 hash and select number 8 with 100 Liberian dollars you played and you get 3,000. Is the Voice of Liberia cash giveaway. Star 799 hash and select number 8. Play with just 100 Liberian dollars. You win 3,000. Let's move on. Now we will come to other specifics. I want to look at the rule of law and that falls on this category we're going to talk about. Mr. Alfred, are you concerned about the issue on Capitol Hill that has to do with the removal of the speaker? We now have two speakers, Richard Nangwe, and we'll have the legitimate speaker. And I want to put this first in the court of Mr. Daniel Sano, who is an official spokesman of the government. It translates onto you to have other local political aspect. Now, what you want to say, make the interpretation so I can.
Well, I wouldn't want to say we have two speakers. I know there's one speaker.
And I said a legitimate speaker with so far.
There's one speaker, and that's what we know about. Because the truth remains, this country is a country of law. And that's why the minister said, without law, independent judiciary system, people will not see. People will walk in in their hands, that's slaughtering people. But when somebody out there picks up that color, and a consciousness built in that when you tap somebody, you go account for your action. That person resense themselves and they will lay down the color without taking fast power. Liberia is a country of law. Some of us who follow the legislative impact, especially at the lower house, are very much disappointed over the manner of form in which the guys on the Capitol building are conducting themselves. They should be the emblem of good example. All right? Their own laws provides that the speaker can be removed for cause, he can be impeached. There's a legal procedure that they wrote that governing the motives of their own legislative function. Why would they suspend that function and people start to bring our country into public disrepute, especially the first place of government? The government should be a branch that will uphold organic law. Look at what happened on Thursday, China. Thursday was one of the most.
You made a election of Nangwe.
Yeah, I mean, see how can we catch all the guys from acting, all right? To a stage managed election that brought big noise. I mean, I was talking to some of my colleagues in the sub-region. They are now calling Richard Kun the Chinese speaker. Yeah, some of my friends are
Chinese speaker last.
No, it only last long. Because you know Chinese product, you know, have long lifespan. Most of them don't have long lifespan.
Okay.
Hey, my colleagues in Ghana, I talked to the guys in South Africa. Hey, what's going on in your country? Is that how your people run your country? I mean, it's this different. We fought over 14 years civil war because we needed our country to fall on the right trajectory. And President Salih held that for 12 years, George, and kept that for us. Why would you guys come to bring our country?
Just in 9 months.
Yeah, in 9 months, bringing our country to line and stuff. And what pisses me up more is the fact that the fight up the capital doesn't have any impact on the life of any like citizen.
You think they're fighting for themselves?
I am telling you, who are they fighting for? When today Nangwe is elected speaker, who's going to benefit? His wife, his children, the extended family member, if you got girlfriends, if you got friends, they will be the one to enjoy. What possible impact? Somebody will say, oh, they hear Edward Snow, they're talking out because they believe he was corrupt. They are for the Geneva administration, like ECOWAS said, they were an ECOWAS audit report, and President Salih coming to power under the mantle of clean background and transparency, so that she wouldn't have a speaker who was elected in an ECOWAS audit report. So for that reason, First, tangibles. The director, Alex Tyler, when Tyler became only rich and only powerful wealth center in brain, people see reason why were you warming up? I thought to have an opposition speaker on the president administration boost the democratic credential of the government. Because Joseph Boga, the father said, look, I do a democracy. I mean, it's on the right trajectory.
We have a
today, we have separation of power. We have a balanced government.
But that's why Daniel Kame and others before that indeed you had a speaker from the Southeast, the president for the Southeast, they put him for the Southeast and said they will have done it differently when they come to power. On a George Weah.
Now they come. No, they want to go to. They was going to competition because the president is from Lofa. All right, he's come to the Unity Party. The pro tem is from Bassa. She's a Unity Party president. That's a Unity Party, the Unity Party coalition, right? Then you have a speaker who comes from the CDC. I mean, you can see some battle of power.
Yeah, but
if you get Unity Party president, Unity Party vice president, Unity Party alliance pro tem, Unity Party speaker, where are we? We are going to the whole pass.
And right? This will be criticized.
Of course. And then, how can you talk about opposing our democratic credential? Having an opposition speaker alone points a lot. And we talk about check and balance. I know our group, I know President Boyka, long time. I don't know him to be corrupt. I don't think for any reason he will want a speaker who he believes that would give the capacity for personal deals. Or if you look at all that happening up there, people running away because they don't want the legislator to be audited, right? That's one of the key reasons I'm told that if the legislator is audited, the president, vice president, I mean, well, which means a fine go house. I mean, I'm told that one of the richest he was around. Yeah, don't put me in your thing.
No, so
and then I'm also told that one of the richest members of the Thomas Fala was chairman of Ways and Means.
So they all are fighting for it, you think?
Of course, for the purpose and control the legislature. Other people want to have influence over certain, yeah, not only the budget, certain committees. It's all personal questions. That fire the legislature has nothing to do with the personal benefit of the I think it's about time we put stop to that. Richard can reconsider because today he was a monkey at the Capitol building. Thomas Faraday only had, I think, 34.5%. There, they have to because they couldn't meet they have a council go to special session to talk about what. And then they got more people again. I think I mean Liberia democratic credentials appreciate a lot.
Let me go to Mr. Daniel Sando. The press ambassador had come up clearly talking about respecting the rules of law.
And let me get you. Everybody knows in the country when I get it, even the State Department always come up. I will tell you. Bro, listen to what article from the years government.
Yeah,
you'll be shocked.
You think some members of this country will be recession?
State Department sources have hinted that they are
red flags. Pay for play.
Yeah. I mean, a lot is happening, especially what happened in the capital. You had those. I mean, so-called majority black at the RLG hotel for over 2 weeks. Who paid for their stay there? They were there with their friends, with their family members.
That's
they were there with white. No, that picture will put a video up.
Really?
I was there.
The girlfriends and
I know some of them are single who were there with girlfriends. I know some of them were their wives were there, their people were there. They were eating, they were marrying. They didn't have meals, you know. They were who experienced for 2 weeks. They were leaving from there to come to the Capitol building. Who paid for that? I can tell you that no lawmaker in our house wanted who had a personal resident will leave the house, will stay around you, especially all of them.
Evidence joined us is based on pieces on Liberia 104.1. My name is Bala Greville. After go back to my is here with me along with Daniel Sando, Deputy Information Minister for Public Affairs. Let me welcome Mr. Mangeo Bagele. Watching from Banjama, he says, Bose quarter in Banjama, Lofa County, Watosi, the precious, the special one, Zaza, is watching. He said, the hour in the arrest agenda stands for the rule of law. Why are officials still serving their party in government positions? Now, let me come to you, Sandro. I think we have spoken much. So that you gotta wait. Let me go. We are in a show.
So let me
go to Sandro. You listen to me. Let me ask you some specific questions. Now, I think this has been debunked by the government time of a number of the allegations coming that the government, supporting the removal of the speaker. That has been restated by former President you are advocating the rule of law. You are fighting the speaker who have been removed, which is undemocratic. How do you respond and proceed with the other ones?
Again, we have tried to refrain from joining the former president into the kind of conversation, because I honestly believe that we should hold our former leaders a certain level. But then when the former president, he said, is always in the business of any kind of allegation, we get confused sometimes, right?
He still remains a politician.
Well, if
he's one of the biggest parties,
that's a problem. Be the former leader of the country and speak at a certain level that people will listen to you.
So on this one,
when I'm saying people will listen to you, they will be more political. They will give you political response.
And what is that political response?
People will come to say, oh, the way they talk to the former president is not nice. But that's a problem.
What is a political response?
The president knows very well that he has a political party issue. Mm-hmm. As a Ministry of Information, we have said that we adopted a policy that enables us to speak for all three branches of the labyrinth, right? That being said, I'm not authorized to attack member of the legislature. I'm not authorized to attack member of the executive, the judiciary, because we speak for the three branches. So, President, we are a party. The bring leader in the removal of Speaker Kofa are all from President Party. Why is he not calling them to order, but is not interested in shifting blames?
Who's a ringleader from President Weah's party?
Look at the deputy speaker.
But he's talking about cause for you.
For who cause?
For unity party.
Also, are you saying now that the Democrats is working at the behest of the
maybe government? Through the manipulation of the government?
So that distinction doesn't hold water. Okay? Between President Bwaka and President Weah, if someone was choosing to work for anybody, who do you think he'll work for? Who do you think he's going to work for? So the president has a problem right on his feet. He doesn't want to clean his mess. And he'd rather be shaking green to say, oh, the executive want to remove the speaker and this and that. That is not true. That is not true. Look in the rank and file legislature. Who are the ringleaders? Who you saw trading insult on the day they should have removed? The first day they said they were going to remove the speaker. Who are those trading insult? People from the CDC. Are you people insult trading insult?
So what else was it?
And Liberia Party insult trading insult?
So Mr. Bitz, what else was
So what I'm saying to you that this whole quest to remove Speaker Kofa from his leadership position in the legislature, it boils down to one thing.
What is it?
The leadership deficit in the CDC, right? That also extends to President Weah initiating a proxy war that has been fought by others for him. Because we know that.
Let's go back to that. Please say what you said.
I said the whole
it's a proxy war.
Quest to remove Speaker Kofa from his leadership position. It boils down to one thing.
What is that?
A proxy war in the CDC initiated by President Weah.
So many President Weah is behind the removal of the speaker?
What I say is a proxy war initiated by him. He's pushing Fala and other people to. Fala is a political protege of George Weah. If he was so on a mission to do anything, who do you think he's going to work for? So the facts are glaring here.
That's what President Weah, he was after this whole removal issue. Why would he be calling on the speaker not to resign? And he's making all these allegations against you, and his colleagues, I mean, at some point in his they are saying, you are the one, and you have not come to him to condemn this or to say what is happening.
No, if you follow the Ministry of Information press briefing today, we vehemently refuted the unfounded and blatant misinformation of the former president. And we said exactly what I'm saying to you here, that the crisis on Capitol Hill is a result of a leadership failure by President Weah, who is the leader of the CDC. be.
So why are you not condemn what's happened to the cabinet as a government?
But you say as a government, so is cabinet building up by the government?
It's in a government. So you are the policy maker of the government.
No, that's not how we run the government, right? We will not be in the business of kind of interfering in the workings of other branches of government. When it comes to helping the legislature to address the communication needs, Mika will help. But who becomes speaker of the legislature is not Mika business. And that's why I said we refrain from speaking to this issue, except that when the former president comes up to make an allegation that has no basis, then we have to respond, because group of seditious go and say they want to be the speaker. Who was the rank leader? Seditious. So the facts are glaring. Why are you trying to shift blame and trying to scapegoat others? All right. So the point I'm driving out here is that President Bouaka wants a government that reflects his democratic mindset. Okay. If the president wants to be, far-reaching, domineering, he will have done everything in his might as president of the country to ensure that the Unity Party won the election. Okay, but it's not that I want to have the fact that this election was held, right? It saw the ruling party being defeated. Didn't they agree to work with the speaker? Was there any purpose? This matter is not before the court. So let us wait for the outcome of the court. Okay. I'm sure the Justice Minister has already filed his return on the side of the law. I had a came from the Supreme Court. The folks from the court, majority black court, are also required to go there as today. So it's before the court. And that's why we say about the rule of law. I'm happy that they are not destroying the building, they're not burning it down, they go into court to seek redress. That's how it should be. On a bigger scale, I think this tired of fight to remove the speaker on Capitol Hill is a distraction for the overall progress of the government.
A distraction for the overall progress of the government is Daniel Sando, the Minister for Public Affairs. Let me welcome Morris Roberts Jr. Watching from Manchester City, Pete Whitaker, those guys will walk in shame and disgrace. As we speak, the real President George Manawia will be meeting the best lawmakers today. This Bayou government has no idea of leadership. Morris Roberts, he can discuss this thing without insulting, and that those words used in Daniel are not just correct. I will not read it. You can say that. Let's be very stable. But let's come to you and say the star of the cast giveaway is here. Star 799 hash. It's letting them of course. You're now so let me come to this. There's something that has brought this government almost to its knees. Rendering the government as a liar government, as indicated by one of your assistant ministers at the ministry who has resigned after being suspended, Mr. Martin Yempo. This whole is a scholarship that came from the U.S. government, 250 in America on a work and school business. It has come to be not true. And then everybody's complaining about it. You want to have a second party or third party from Ghana who's paying $261 to get this scholarship. I think we fall in that situation.
Yeah, I think I did a tour on that. And I said the president needs to fire the foreign minister. Because the foreign minister,
what does he do?
He's the one that pushes it on that particular arrangement. I'm told. That's what I'm informed.
Okay, and what is he reading? Or what did he read?
Yeah, I don't know. But I know that before you get the president involved into any of such, that should be proper due diligence. You cannot go and do something coercive. Then you come back. You made the president appear on a national radio to launch this initiative. All right. It comes out that it's all fraud. You know what happened? You brought the country's highest office on any serious arrangement. The foreign minister is hired. The foreign minister has an issue as well. So she should be held liable for bringing the president to public disrepute. Because she should have done proper due diligence because the president spoke about it to on a national radio about the launch of this so-called scholarship. The issue of people, I get to his name.
You think he was sacrificed wrongly?
No, I don't want to speak. Why you didn't speak up?
And that's the problem.
Yeah. I just think the timing was all meant for propaganda. I've known Pierre for some time. Since he came back to that. We just speak on Facebook. But if Daniel knew that all of these assisting on this,
not Daniel,
sorry, Daniel Matthew. Why didn't he speak about it till as a spokesperson of the government and the information arm? You should consult what you said, the one, how you call it, air policy?
One government.
Yeah, one communication policy. Why will you criticize, get around and keep time and take
so you should resign, you may come with these fights.
If you are started pointing out to all of these excesses, and then by this time, you are just conforming with everything he said. But why did he sit on it? He waited till he spoke against the government and tell the ego in house what next.
Okay, stop right there. Let me go to Daniel. Daniel, when the students go in? The 250 students.
So
everything said now?
I do not agree with the section by After respectfully disagree with him.
For the dismissal of
the scholarship, because we have to be mindful.
Mm-hmm.
We have to be mindful that the people who are in the inner cycle of government are not good for careless chicken. So if we can't present a picture that they don't know what they're doing and everything, then it's a wrong picture. I will not agree with you. The scholarship, from what I'm being told from the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, is on course. There were issues that have been addressed, but that scholarship is on course.
It's on course.
It's on course.
How is it on course?
I'm coming.
Everywhere you laugh at it.
It is on course.
Yeah,
no, let us get away the laptop. The scholarship is on course. What I can encourage people like Africa,
say your first people, they will come.
Is that when the first you don't give me the right? You had issue with the group Nicotech, right? But Nicotech is not just all to the scholarship issue. So I will get Nicotech all of the way and deal with the people who are giving the scholarship already. Liberation happening.
Is that what you're doing now?
So I'm saying to you, it is on course.
Okay. So the Nicotech is off the
I can say that.
You said why if, right?
Yes. So because
why if it's a proposition, it's a probability that thing, whether it will happen or not happen. So which one?
So that's why you gotta listen. That's why you gotta listen to me.
Yeah, Mr. Minister. Please get clear.
People raise credibility issue around Nicotech, right? And one thing you have to give up to this government is the ability to listen.
True.
Right? The government listens a lot
sometimes
because it annoys the citizen when people on the radio talking, people meeting official talking, and you don't listen. So I'm saying to you that the scholarship is on course. Nicotech, whatever you call them, cannot be the reason why 250 Liberians cannot benefit.
What was the reason why the $260 are taken from them?
Nobody collected $260,000.
But that's why your system is saying.
So,
and he has planned to be, you said you're disarming your okay.
I'm not going to use this medium to respond to the diatribe coming from Matthew. We will go on okay and we're addressing that. The good thing is that some of us have been in the country and people know us, what a year, right? You and I are meeting for how many years?
For 2 decades.
Very good. So I have no reason to come up to the public to say, oh, Nicotech is it. I know nothing about Nicotech. Okay. But I'm just saying to you that if Nicotech was fronting for another group of people, and it happens that Nicotech has some integrity or credibility issue, why will get Nicotech out of the way and directly deal with the provider of the scholarship for to benefit?
Okay.
Perfect. You said why if
we are proceeding this way.
No, I said we appreciate the concerns. We appreciate the concern. We appreciate the concern being expressed by our fellow compatriots. It's all geared to make the country better, except that my friend chose to overstep his bound because he was official of government. Right? You can be like people say, right? Let me know that you stupid. Right? So I come here and I so because government school me, I so defend legal tech. Do I know legal tech? Eh? What I'm interested in is that the government wants to provide an opportunity for 250 Liberians to become the next star engineer in the country, to become the next professional technicians. So we cannot start our opportunity because of one group of people. So I'm working on the modalities in this scholarship. If the first group of people are ready to go in the country, we announce them. But nobody should tell you that it's coming down or the government. It is not true. It is on course.
Okay. Daniel, so let's have the new 15 minutes of time. I'll let him go because let me just take you calls and then you have the rest and you can go and the rest of all you 0770 907 Africa over a activist here along with Daniel. Yeah, media executive, activist, media executive and Daniel Samuel. Hello, welcome 30 seconds. Let's hear you.
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, because I just sitting and just laughing at my own people and you can laugh for the population to come for power, but you can laugh to people because really it's all about reality to see what the cable are doing for the people. And anytime you understand in a boss, the enemy PR get on platform. We always talk about if the former president now want for us to be taking like a statement. So where were you when he was taking president that it is suffering the model? Where were you that you couldn't condemn it?
Okay.
We don't want you to respect it as a statement. You should respect our as a statement, not president. We need to respect it.
Thank you. Thank you. The next call will come. Ambassador Saros Momosamula says from Washington, Minnesota, that the USA thanks for independently digging deeper and analyzing the issue on the 419 scholarship. And the government, Mr. Africa, we are closely following, he says. That's Ambassador Saros Momosamula. Totis, the special one, Zaza, is saying that people collected money, his face a victim. Let me take the next caller. Welcome. The message I can't do I'm Baron. Oh, hello, welcome. I'm the man. Welcome.
Thank you.
Colby, right? Colby, welcome. William Colby.
Thank you, Mr. Recommendation.
30 seconds.
Yeah, there is welcome William Colby, and I don't know what the topic yesterday.
Okay.
Let me take the phone for and I refer to it as was Minister of Media Boundary, which I cannot repeat the deal in a platform there because I thought that in the lecture.
Yeah, go ahead now. Leave all the accolades.
So there's the issue we're going through. So, the other students there said the government is not ready for the corruption. No, the government tries to cause corruption. But the third system from the CDP level government to this government back to corruption. You can remember the access to property when it was set up, when this back to their work. And we received a partner from one of the suspects, took them to court, and sent them to Nabulu, took them to court. Have we heard any account of that? We could have never called them for them.
Yeah, but Daniel said the kids of the Supreme Court said they went for the court. Yeah, so but when you but the court that you wear against it, they can go to court.
No, then that is how far the corruption cases.
Oh, so when I keep this in a store, if you tell me the court and I know you women fairly, I've been to the Supreme Court.
Now when you take a few, that is what we want to see that.
Thank you. To the next caller. Let me go to this line to this caller for here. Hello, welcome. Good afternoon, 30 seconds. David, can you send the red market? Okay, we got everything you can.
president. And one of the whole project is legend about we know that the Minister of Corporate talked about the role of the Liberal Soccer Bridge to and also it goes down for other people. And I think about.
Thank you so much, Mr. George Nyanti. You asked us, guess what's happening on Capitol Hill? Who you think is proceeding right, the group or minority group? Why Buaka can for the Unity Party lawmakers in this matter? He's asking you, get take note of that. Then people have the Mr. has information about international issues. It is very sad. Where are the 10,000 students we trained in that? Let's go to the again. Take some calls. Hello, welcome.
Yeah, hello.
Hello, welcome. I forget the name again.
Gloria.
Come again.
Gloria.
Gloria. George.
Yeah.
Welcome, Gloria.
And thanks for your seriousness.
Okay.
Yeah, they asked me to call company of a fee. I'd like him to speak to one Martin policy left. I think there was an amount that was given to them and was used recklessly. I think something about that. I need to hear it.
Okay.
And I also I like to ask this 50+ million that was given for road. Road and Keys got 22 million. And we see nothing in it. And we are hearing 50+ million is good. Because that's the only thing that is for us. Looking at the budget, and everything. So we are here 2 million, and you know, sit there, they're coming back to give me another 50 million. And
Yeah, the Minister of Finance said maybe only 8.5 million awarding to contractors.
You said what?
The Minister of Finance on the video, he said, I think they've given 8.5 million. Some of the money.
I follow everything. The money is 22 million. They have already contracted it. They only paid the contractor 8.9 million.
Okay.
So the balance, they are doing the job and they continue to do it. So they have already given the money out. That's physical cash. Physical cash is 8.9.
So you're talking about the balance of the money, right?
Yeah, the balance of the money is there to the Ministry of Finance. He has the 22 billion. And that's why you have to allocate it for the state million and you get 4 million. You are only 6 million.
Okay.
That's why the money is for.
Gloria.
Reach the contract in their work.
Thanks. You address it.
Yeah, so 50 million is on. If some of these roads are being protected for all day, some 100% are being protected for what is he doing with it?
All
Then
right.
you have 50 million, you not only pay and see there for the poor people. Yeah, I want to say to Daniel son, you know, they will say a contract. What you are telling us, you are not close enough. We see the reality. And then we need to hear what is there for the poor people.
All right.
Giving the 50 million to really give it. Who has destroyed everything?
All right. Thank you, ma'am.
Everybody people look at it because why is Boko Martin in your program?
You asked a question, you answered. Ma Rose, thank you. You asked a question, you answered. Thank you. The next caller, welcome. Good afternoon, 30 seconds.
How are you?
I'm okay, go ahead. You got a little also, what's your name? Moipa Power.
Yeah,
Okay, Moipa Power. Yes, sir.
you can look at oh my God,
Mama, yeah, you're where you go by, yeah? Next caller. Hello, welcome. Talk. Hello, welcome.
Yeah, and Peter the Weekend are coming to the village is watching you.
Go ahead.
Thank you very much for participating in this process. You know, there are what a little bit of things. I can't find no in the guy. They are very much
What is it?
Let me tell you,
Wait a minute.
this government is the most corrupt government I ever seen in Liberia history. Let me tell you, these people imported and illegally and a lot of government, the broad yellow, illegally offshore in Russia. You know, up project thing, they are all kind of commercial. It's going to go million. They just own them. You know, get with me. Months. You had a guy like looted at a direct economy. They work out to compare with most credible and developmental.
All right.
Government, developmental power.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Your time. Let's call a welcome.
Yeah, how are you?
I'm okay. You meant to be up here. You meant to be inside the call.
Yeah. How are you?
Go ahead and let's see.
So that one listen to our cooking when you cook is somebody that coffee. You should be talking every day. We have a get in the ministry. Nothing is what we're not doing in the country. Anywhere you go, yes. Amen.
It is halfway. You think I had? All right. Thank you. Let's call a welcome. Yes. Hello, welcome. Another good afternoon. Welcome.
I want to say welcome to the My so avenue. I want to say the was thank you for taking information. And what do you know that they make a few we are still here also.
Thank you. So let me ask a question as I come down here. No more. I'm not taking a question. I will come. I'll take a question when they leave because it has to be engagement. But this guy, Morris Roberts Jr. is asking, where is the own budget? Is that what we are left? He's asking whether you guys are the budget. So go ahead. Let's respond to Rose.
I think Rose's question was really detailed. She alleged that the minister has, when she said that 22 million was a lot.
I will come back and just wait. Go ahead.
22 million was a lot. The minister has received 8.9 million. Has been expended out of 22 million. That is true. But Rose has with the budget feedback.
Come just get a call. Go ahead.
Rose has the way the budget works is that the money is not there. The Liberia government raise money, they spend money. So if they say, for example, in that budget or in the current budget, the 22 million was allotted for rural intervention, and the intervention that will be in the first 100 days of the government, 8.9 million was spent. It doesn't be the remaining money that was put in. She also has a thing that open a conversation with pointing out that projects, rural rehabilitation that started across Moserado County. What does she think the money coming from? The 52 billion you're talking about, just a draft budget before the election, right?
Mm-hmm.
They have not even started the budget yet. So the works that are now, the principal streets of Morocco, through single, draft, Freeport to Douala, everything they're doing there, resources. Okay, so I suppose that's the kind of answer that she wanted. So the budget is not passed, so they have no 52 million. Every work that is already ongoing is part of
that is really
Yes, it's been earmarked. It hasn't been received. So she was saying that the 2022 may not be waiting there for the minister and you use all doesn't work like that. So road contract have been awarded, procurement services that were awarded to other companies that started to work across. So all of these work have been financed from the makeup money that she's talking about. It's not no separate money. Also, I see what is the budget for the poor people, and I think that's a very important question. When you look at the budget gave priority to certain particular civil servants, uh, the armed forces personnel, the 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 midwives, nurses, physicians, medical doctors, police officers, the classroom teachers, the volunteer teachers, right? Budget actual the priority. I mean, all of these people are captured in the priority, right? You talk about insurance coverage for 5,000 police officers. You talk about increasing the salary of the folks in the EPS and the AL between 40 to $50, right? So what increasement of 28,400 civil service salary in the national budget. So the budget is not only talking about it's also talking about I mean putting bread on the table for every people. You looking government, what are people who are least paying? They are the civil servants, right? So the budget is nobody in government paid below the minimum wage. Okay, Jala? Nobody in government
Below
paid
one.
below 150, right? Gosh. So there are people in administration currently making $75.
So all everyone in the pool as of
That's
2025.
how the budget is saying to, right? So there are ordinary people captured in the budget glory. One of the responses you said that one led to Martin Colley
They're
departure
leaving the asset
the
recovery.
asset recovery. Well, nothing alleged that money was received by the asset recovery and they were awarding contract without bidding competition on them. I contacted the chairperson of the asset recovery task force. He showed me verifiable evidence to believe that the government at the time Martin spoke in a manner, there's zero allotment tax force. So it was not true. Again, yesterday from the committee of our office is a voluntary act, so anybody is free to resign for anything. But what is more important is that we would have loved to see the tax source in full operation, so that by this time we can able to grade the operation of the tax source. But as it stands right now, we cannot grade it because they did not move an inch.
Okay.
They
I
have not
think
moved
I
an
think
inch.
the rest of the calls were
Maybe, yeah. Yeah. So somebody say the government is the most those kind of people then I can't respond to
the
them
most
because
corrupt government.
what benchmark are you using? You know,
There are people you have to.
So after
Yeah, let me say it. July was a history, and I wish I was here alone because all the things we here to talk about.
I will give that. Let me see. I'll have some time to take calls.
All right.
Let me.
Oh.
Love my, love, love my
Yes, I love my people. I say what's for this, especially our Gunther just very low project you met it there. What is your own project? Daniel Samuel they ask you, the man called Maurice Roberts Jr. Keep the calls coming down. I have 50 more minutes to go. The guys are letting have easy to attend to, but we can still have a conversation on the talking points I talked about earlier. 070 but keep playing the cash giveaway. Start on 99 hash. Sled number 8. We've just just 100 live and win 3,000. Start on 9 hash. And sled number 8. Play with 100 LD and win 3,000. Right after the show, the guys will do the draw. Keep calling, keep sending their messages as well. Let me put this first caller. Hello, welcome. This caller on this second.
No, I was on the line. They did not answer my question.
He tried answering it, but then I didn't know. But anyway, he really answered the satisfaction, but then gone. But let's go ahead.
Yeah, I just asked him concerning Martin. Martin Colley told us on Spoon FM that when they after recovery thinking together, he said they had not even worked when they were giving certain amount of money. And he refused it. He said, why am I giving money for what I did not do? He said, we've not started working.
And his answer was that he said he contacted the head of the asset recovery and was told that there was no money allotted to them.
Including the building, the 300,000 plus for activity, just those are the things I think because the court so that is flawed. There was something with him. That was the thing I did not. She also the court hindering them. Why am people cars? They didn't we expected.
Okay.
Our people already getting ourselves already getting to not be open there. Because everything
you want the president having his case? Why? Has he committed any wrong because of corruption?
No, it's not as a open. He spent money for like our taxpayers' money, 8 and 9 million, 10 million rather anything per month. I was saying to say this is the fullest thing is ordinary like who does not work with our head. Because the thing we say for getting the gold. We don't collect salary. We don't even know the person is staff or is not that. Because I don't even $5 for anybody there. And what belongs to us, they should be able to hold it in high esteem. You can get 22 million and 9 million. Nobody has seen anything. And you coming back with it. The amount of things and other things. To do what? If you are spend it and you get it instead of bothering you, bringing it back to the million.
Okay.
About packing all the roads. I'd like to say some of these roads where they're already paid for.
Yeah, I know that for some of the roads are paid for.
Our partners.
Yeah, I think what I would do, my roles, what I would do is that I will contact the former public works minister or his deputy minister for. They're giving a list of all the roads that were done. Yes, I will still do that. Gloria, sorry. Gloria, sorry. Okay, I will contact Mr. Todd or the minister proper, and I have all the list of the roads that were given, all the money.
Please, it's very necessary.
All right, Gloria, thanks. All right, good. Thank you. Thank you. Next caller, welcome. Hello, welcome. 090907. Welcome.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
Just my imagination.
Yeah,
Yeah, go ahead.
you know, student get a better. But if you have we Martin going to be there are always have all the when you know that stuff. You sometimes you will pull out you want to see so that you have a big national on the all being the white side of the they want to push on the comment to the platform. Let me do minister again. You see, I'm a supporter of the I will always see you. Because Jara, I put you the party selling power and on that. You continue you run the country. I don't want to contact now going to because it's not about who pressure. It's about country pressure. It can about and you can we are no, so far, baby, we can project. Project
All right. All right. Thank you so very much. Tutis, the special ones, as I says, imagine something given to the president by his full-time friend that cannot be seen. Please ask Daniel Sanhigon already if he still believes that the president still holds the view that the yellow machine were given by the full-time friend. It's Tutis, the special one, as are saying that. Welcome to the show. Let's hear you. The next caller. Welcome.
Hello.
Hello, welcome, sir.
Yeah, okay, because thank you so much.
All right, let's see.
Okay, thank you very much. Maybe actually I'm generous because I understand like people before you my call went. So I just heard him feeling very bad. And I understand money on national platform. Let me able to put that information because the government has done I brought most of the electoral people there before. And the government who are everything that they took before. It just laughed. The government that was here to bring the machine, our whole country, you can see the free buses, you can see they start again. When the men laughing, and the what people have to agree as they know that at level, and the men depend.
No, but again, Daniel Sano is a government spokesperson. And what he says here, it becomes a policy statement for me. And he says that the scholarship is not a failure. That they're going to embark on a new process in the first budget to go. So let's hold them responsible for that. If that doesn't happen in the next 2-3 months, then we know they lie. Now, he has said that to us that if it doesn't work the way they wanted, if they were going to use another means to have it done. So let's wait and see what happens.
One thing I didn't think of. I believe I was very much offended to the process. There's a question I will ask Mr. Kano, what achievement you can have, he was never able to show any tangible things. Compared to former president, we are 1 year tangible and deliverable.
Thank you. Do you have any question? Hello, next caller.
Yeah, good evening, Sarah Griffey. Yeah, I think that there is a couple of other things I could give, and I will lower thank you. Sarah, thank you for bringing that to you. And even though you pressure him, and because it's kind of difficult to come up and these are people just thinking to start down the top. Government were just captive. The criticize and use type of vocabulary on and other guys. We said today they are the epicenter
power. Every sector of the development country has degenerated. The man cannot even defend himself and the government. So it's a government. You cannot defend the government. So these are things that we were telling them that so government is not just an easy thing. Government is different from party. When we're in power, when we're in opposition, you use political means to come to power. Now to come to power to deliver is very difficult because service is about delivery. Okay. We are here, we want to see, we have to see it. They cannot come and laugh or we are only give them to the motor job. So thank you very much for inviting me.
Thank you, super kindly. Hello, next caller. Let's hear your comment.
Thank you. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. Is that Hussein?
Yeah, this is Hussein. Thank you. I'm Jacob. Thank you for the opportunity. I thought to play a little role because I'm not very sure, but I will be constrained to call on the topic of the discussion. The first one, I listen to getting call. Like I always say on the platform, when leaders are not taking responsibility, then it becomes a problem. Letting call referring to his colleagues are hooligans. In fact, when you tell somebody in what district refer to you as false, who is an added follower in the supporter of the people who are referring to, then it becomes something that will not be called for. So we have to watch our utterances and our choice of words. Why is it true that we have differences with our colleagues, but you cannot refer to them in that manner? I think you are complaining about photos. On the soccer talking point, I was listening to the minister he left already. I asked Minister Pia this morning, I am an ardent follower and supporter of this government, and I continue to support the agenda. I asked Minister Pia on ELBC this morning, Minister Pia, can you have a significant president of this government? He did around it. So I thought, I was a little bit.
He beat around it.
I said he beat around it. I'm not representing so he beat around it.
When he said beat around it, means that he didn't say it.
Of course, when I say
so it means that he didn't have no project. He beat around.
He beat around, and that's why he said this morning. He was not very wrong as to respond and outline this, and this. He didn't do so. So I thought, I was just saying that I was going to say that could show you the deputy minister final.
So if the minister did not answer the question, you think the deputy will answer? You didn't do anything there?
I don't know. So I wanted the entire ministry of information without inform me that I've been talking about government signature project. So I wanted to post it to him directly. Maybe elaborate. I know you will have some actions or some discussions in the near future so that you have some of these questions wherever on the radio. Because when people say, what did he say and say it was God who will not keep it honor our regime. You cannot ask who measurements of report like you want to pass the project of the government. I think it was definitely a complaint this morning.
All right.
Thank you.
All right. Let me take the last caller. Hello, welcome. You're the last caller on the segment.
Yeah.
Good afternoon, sir.
Yeah, this is the voice of William Ham from New Jersey, Liberia.
William Ham, welcome.
Yeah, I respond this afternoon from the massive rescue mission information. Yes, sir. I listened to the minister. Unfortunately, it was difficult to go through the line, but yet I'm on the line, and I'm happy to be the last caller. There are a lot of things the minister said. There are people asking questions concerning the yellow machines, concerning other private government.
Mm-hmm.
So if you look at the yellow machine, I think 3 months ago, the minister at the Ministry of Information, when they appear on ELBC, he said that the project of this yellow machine has gone into depending upon the control of the tax. That's why he said. So, and the yellow machine story is not a failure. The prophecy said we're going to see the yellow machine. And to the issue of the scholarship, that governance is different from where we look at it. There are procedures. You listen to the minister. He said it's going to be possible. It doesn't work. Another company. It's not another company. So the ministers are the minister Matthew Yempu, nice guy. The issue of me, criticizing with I don't think they will need to, because I've spoken to pass through to see a better group information to your bosses.
All right.
President.
All right. Yeah. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. No, lastly. No. Let's finish. We can't go more than that. And so that's how we going home. Keep playing the cash giveaway, *9 hash, and sled number 8. Play 100 LD with $3,000. I'm not taking calls again. *79 hash, sled number 8, $100 Liberian with $3,000.
Showing all your to destination.